just at this very moment.
Yeah, they will. Oh dear. Never been known to be on time before. So, oh crikey, I've just stopped that. I need to press a different button. There we go. Right, okay. Welcome, folks. This is TCR Challenge Cup, brought to you by Backfire Simsport TV. We are in week 12, the season finale. It's terribly exciting. It's an endurance race. It's an 80-minute race. They've got a bit longer to practice, and I am Pete Bingham, and I'm joined in the booth as ever for these TCR Challenge Cup races by Sir Alan Toon. Good evening.
Good evening, Peter. Good evening, everybody. Ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah, and we need to be, because this is going to be quite a dramatic race. I think there's a lot going on. You can see we are slightly in the afternoon. This race is going to run right to twilight, which is going to be a bit different. Lots of
lighting up time and all that stuff.
I've got to compete on the love heart front. Silas Goebel, good evening. We've got a few people on the chat. We've got a lot of people watching.
That's fantastic, Pete. Honestly, I did notice that a lot of people had watched last week's.
Yes.
Wasn't that great? I was thrilled. I didn't realise so many people were watching it.
Yeah, I'm going to sort out my sound options quickly. So just bear with me a second.
But that was very nice to see that so many people had watched the replay and everything. That was really great.
Yeah.
It's lovely that people are joining us to do this.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna do some. No, I'm not. I'm gonna leave it as is. Folks on the chat, tell me if everything's up to the right volumes for you. We've got a new volume package brought to you by our resident IT guru, which is Jamie Wilson. Spent hours with me the other day sorting out the sound. So yeah, we've got partly cloudy track. Looks like we've got a little bit of humidity knocking about there, 84%.
Always going to have that.
Well, yeah, especially at somewhere like Interlagos between the legs.
Exactly.
It's almost guaranteed, isn't it? We've got 21 drivers in the session. They have got a bit longer to practice today. So there's another 20 minutes before we go to qualifying. That gives us time to very quickly step and dance through the stand-ins, because there's a lot going on, folks, and I mean a lot going on. So here we go. Alan, this is going to be a nail-biter. Stephen Walker, for all his... he was a bit sad last week, wasn't he, with his performance? But he didn't need to be as sad about how he'd calculated the points. So there's only 4 points separating the top two. There's only 110 points, 109 points separating the top three. And you get double points for an endurance. So this is probably the closest season at the end we've ever had.
That's amazing. There's nothing in it. That's just fantastic. What a sight that is. 4 points between Logan and Stephen after a season like we've had.
It's, just unbelievable, really. I don't know whether Carl is winding me up or not, but he's saying that I was too quiet on the chat, but yeah. Denuts is saying, run, Rene, run. I think he's going to have to. He's not on track at the minute. He should be practicing. But yes, this is possibly the tightest season finale I think we've ever seen. And Stephen Walker and Logan are both here, folks. We were wondering whether they'd both turn up, and they have both turned up. We'll talk about ATC Championship, the Alpha Touring Championship, which is the American equivalent of BSTV's Touring Car Challenge, a little bit later, and Logan runs that with Matthew, who will eventually turn up, Matthew Rosecka, on the no joke. Right, he wants louder. Louder is what you're gonna get. Let me see if I'm loud enough. Actually,
I can hear you. Okay,
you're not wrong.
I don't think that affects it, does it?
Not really. I'm going to turn myself up. And hope for the best. Thank you for that, Carl. Right, so where are we? So Simon Trendle in fourth on 1941. He's 100 points away from third. He cannot win, I don't think, unless the whole field spontaneously combusts, and he would have to actually turn up because he's not here. Although he does turn up at lastminute.com every week. And we've already got one more in the standings already.
There was
So we're on
quite a few saying they weren't going to make this race
There
this
was,
week, weren't they?
yeah, there was. I think there's a lot of holiday season things kicking in at this
Yeah.
point. And then,
Yeah, there's a lot. Everybody's gone away, Pete. Everybody's
Yeah.
there at the seaside.
Absolutely right. And we've got Sam Blees rounds out the top 5 on
Yes,
1886.
it's a handsome top 5. Jamie should be happy where he is. I mean,
Yeah.
crikey, he's had a hell of a season, hasn't he?
Well,
He's given
mathematically,
us some great driving as well. It's been fantastic to watch. In
Yeah.
fact, they all have.
mathematically,
Been
it's
superb.
it's entirely possible for Jamie Jeffrey to win. Although, again, he's got to turn up yet. He's not in the session.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens with that.
Simon's done well, hasn't he? Come in, made a 4th position. Just quietly been circulating around all season. Look at that. Top 4.
Yeah, Carl Hardy clearly has too much money. He says he might get in the hot tub with a cider because he can move the TV enough. How you can afford to run a hot tub, I have no idea. Right, Pro-Am. This has got a bit more gap in it, but it's not a resolved deal. Daniel Mills leads this championship for the Pro-Am standings. 1,829 points. Rene Earhart on 1,752 chases Daniel. So that's Cutting Corny versus RD Simsport right at the top.
We've got this. How many points do they get though, Pete?
Well,
did you say there's 200 in the offing? Double points.
250 for a win, and double the standard sprint feature points haul. So let's see what these guys can turn up. Right.
It's a lot of points, isn't it? On the table there.
Yeah.
So that could cause big changes in that lot.
Yeah, and Rene's under threat because Martin Shirley is not that far behind him, less than 50 points. And Christopher Smith, yeah, he's got some work to do in 4th. But Jamie Wilson, great to see Jamie in the top 5, as he usually is for this particular championship on 15.
Yes, he's missed races as well.
He has, yeah.
So that's a fantastic performance by Jamie.
Right, let's have a look at the AM standings. So AM class standings, led at the moment by Anthony Hilton, who is here. Chased all the way, really,
Brilliant.
by Fiona, who's less than 100 points behind.
So that one's still up in the air as well with the points.
It is.
Goodness,
A double,
they all are, aren't they?
yeah, a double points race means you still get 100 points, I think, way down in about 15th, 16th, maybe. I can't remember exactly. So, yeah, all to fight for, and her own teammate, Chris Dixon, is hot on her heels on 1,050 points, only 43 points behind.
Oh, that's nothing.
Kylie, I don't think Kylie's going to do the rest of the season. He's got other things to focus on. He's in 4th, on 790 with David Ayres, who hasn't turned up for a while, on 753.
Dave's got a busy life at the moment.
Yeah. Standings wise for what have I just done? Oh, that's overall. Give me a second. Team standings. I just missed the target there. RD Simsport still on the top of this pile. 4,011 points. That is a massive points haul for 2 out of 3 drivers every week. But all 3 drivers generally turn up every week, and that's what happens, isn't it?
Yeah. But look at the performances they've been putting in as well.
Oh yeah.
They've been there and
absolutely
thereabouts, haven't they? There's always been one of that team there showing.
Yeah.
With the spotlight on them. Yeah, it's been a fantastic performance by them. Great season, really.
And another great season for Result X Pure Sims too, 3,874, and well clear now of Team Chimera in 3rd place. And the 2 Geo teams, one you find in 4th place, and you have to scroll quite a long way down to find the other one.
Yeah, but it's 3,000 points. It's still hefty.
It's still heavy, yeah, absolutely. Spectre 6 showing in 5th place there, but they've not had full attendance all season. It's been quite a lot of Stephen Walker on his own. And then let's talk about driver of the meeting. So it is tough in this one as well, and it could go either way. I think it'll be tough for either Chris Smith, Jamie Jeffrey, or Stephen Walker to top the pile. But Logan McKinsey at the minute is top of the pops, with Daniel Mills in 2nd, 1 point behind him. So a really good performance from either of those two could sway it, or fantastic performances from other people in this league means that Logan could guarantee it. So Interesting the way that this one's worked out this
Yes,
season.
well, it's a fantastic top three. It just
is.
shows you, and I think it's actually fairly reflects the state of the leagues, doesn't it?
Very much so. I mean,
Actually, it just shows you these drivers, they're well up in this. They're well up in their league places as well.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
because they've just done some outstanding driving this season.
it's been spectacular. It's been the best season I've broadcast, possibly in any league, apart from a couple of seasons of V8. Some of them were just ridiculously good. And then your Safe Driver Award. Look who's at the top now. What
Yeah.
happened there?
I know.
He's fast, he's safe, and he gets Driver of the Meeting awards on a regular basis. Logan McKinsey.
Well, look at that, 1,104.
Yeah.
Well, that's quite a big chunk because 1,413 chasing him.
Yeah, I know. David Danza, second place. Don't know that he fully qualified. Oh, he might qualify, actually. He did quite a lot of races at the start of the season. And Chris Dixon, look at that. Chris Dixon in third. And look how many laps he's done. He's done more than Logan McKinsey.
Wow.
It's just... this award is one of the reasons that we
It's
love the
amazing.
league.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
People are... I'm never going to understand it because I don't know how you can drive so quickly
No.
and keep it inside the line so well.
I know, and Jamie Jeffrey there, he gets podiums, he gets top fives, regular, same as Logan. Look how many laps he's done. He's done nearly 1,000 more than Logan. Fantastic performances from so many guys in here. I can't, talk.
Well, we can't say enough, can we? Because it's
No.
been such a sparkler. It's been really has been a sparkler. It's been a pleasure to be sitting here all season. There hasn't been any dull moments.
Yeah, so Darryl White on the chat says, "Oh dear, Carl, what horrible image. Needs some new eyeballs." After the talk about the hot tub and the cider and the TV, then Carl's threatened him with sending a picture.
Oh no.
David Ayres says, "Come on, Fee, it's all to play for. It really is." The waters. Oh dear. And then Carl's still talking about hot tub. I'm not going to make anybody feel too sick. Christopher Smith says, "Evening, chaps." Is he racing? He might be one of the ones that isn't. I don't think he is. No. Which is sad, seeing as he's at the pointy end of so many things.
Yes.
Danuk, we've already mentioned, says, "Go Rene, go Rene, go." And Alex Savillano-Lado's on here with Fee as well. So, and Silas shouting for his brother Stefan. Right, what else is going on? Oh, there's lots of people chatting away. I love it when the chat's as busy as this. It's really, really good. Don't forget to give us a like. Apparently that does have an effect, folks. So, right, let's go to having a look at what's going on. At the minute, Stephen Walker is the fastest man in practice. Daniel Mills keeps putting in really, really fast laps. I get the feeling he's going to end up in the pro category next
Oh,
season.
Danny boy.
The pipes.
You're
go on.
flying again,
Yeah.
my friend.
A few drivers in the pits at the minute. Naveed Hussain is in the pits at the moment in his Audi. Alex Savillano-Lado, though, is on track at the moment in that Racing Forces Veloster.
Now, what do you think about the cars this week, Pete? Because I think this track is a bit of an equaliser. There's some nice straights. There's a straights where the Audi can do a bit, but there's also some twisty bits where we can see the other cars going well. So even the Hyundais go well around here.
Yeah, I think this one's going to be pretty close. You look at the top of the table at the moment, and you've got a Honda in the hands of Stephen Walker. Then you've got a Veloster with Daniel Mills, an Audi with Naveen, another Veloster, and then an Elantra in the hands of Logan McKinsey. And then Jamie Jeffrey in another Elantra. Oh, and we'll talk about somebody who's doing a cameo appearance tonight in a moment. Still out on track, though, is Simon Trendle, working on faster times.
There's somebody doing a cameo, somebody who's gone very pale.
Yeah, doing a cameo for himself. We'll talk about it when he eventually comes onto the track again. For the astute there, you'll notice that his name is blocked out because he's not actually in any class. I think I'll put him in Pro-Am, actually. Let me just sort that out a second. I do need his race number, though, so I might... let me have a look.
Still, evening, Mark.
Yeah, exactly. Mark Draper is joining us for tonight's session. I think his number's like 350 something 92. 350. Why would I even remember that?
Yeah, I can't even remember my number, so I don't know how you're remembering that one. Mine's an easy one, but I can never remember it. I only get it out once every 3 months, don't I?
Where is he? Why is it so hard to find Mark Draper in this list? I'm going to have to go this way. Oh, it's because I'm not launched into the website, that's why. Give me a second, folks, just while I get your viewing up to speed.
Yes, no, we're very impressed with Pete this week. He was there bright and early. I wasn't under stress because it was like 1.5 minutes to go to broadcast and no sign of Pete yet. So this was very exciting. I arrived here at my usual time and there's Pete sitting there all ready and he's ready to go. And we spent a load of time working on the software because we had all those issues, didn't we? And
We did.
it's sorted it all out. I've got a lovely picture and yes, we're good to go.
We are.
So thank you to Jamie and Pete for doing all that for us.
Yeah, Jamie Wilson does so many fantastic things for us. What the hell? There we go. Massive investment of time from him, and we're going to pop you into Pro-Am and then go OK. So that should redo it. There we go. Right, everything's as it should be. Look at that. It looks like I even know what I'm doing. Another driver has just joined us, Sam Blees. So he's signed into the session now. Good to see JB still with us.
Oh, it's Mark's at a time.
Yeah, he's been on track already.
Yeah, he's been on track. He's well up there already, so he's on his feet.
He is. And he has. Flannery's in the session and racing in his Elantra. So doing very well. For those people new to watching, just in case there are any, we have 3 classes of car represented in your timing tower on the left there. Orange at the bottom denotes cars in the AM class. These are the developing drivers who are yet to get into the dizzying heights of Pro-Am. If they are in Pro-Am, like JB for instance, they will have green banners in their windscreens, green number boards on the sides of the car, and they'll have a look badge on there that says Pro-Am. If they've got white writing in the way that JB has, it means they are not a previous champion of the series. If they have yellow writing in any coloured banner, that means they're an ex-champion of the series. So we'll look now at Pete Van Gool, another one in Pro-Am, and then we'll have a look up at the top here of Naveed Hussain, who has blue banners in his car, but is white writing, which denotes pro driver. And then Stephen Walker, blue banner, but yellow writing, ex-champion. And, well, let's see if he can
fighting hard to be a champion again.
Yeah, and what they fight...
He racks him up on a regular basis, to Stephen.
Yes, he does, yeah.
It's called talent.
And this time, if he manages to win, he will win one of these wonderful fire-burning logs, or Jenga blocks, or whatever you want to do with them. It's the one on the right, folks, Season 17 Champions trophy. We've gone all environmentally friendly, and it's made of sustainable wood and been harvested in a particular way, and then laser treated. So yes, these are the trophies that stand forward for seasons 17, 18 and 19, and 15 and 16 of the V8 League on the left there. But tonight, that one on the right there, season 17 champion, will be decided.
Going to find a home.
It's going to find its forever home, absolutely right. Right, let's nip back and see who else is on track, if I can find out where I...
Well, I'd be proud to have that on my mantelpiece, and let's face it, you have to work to get one.
I know, it's 11 feet tall, you know. It's going to cost me a fortune to send that through the mail.
Just stick a stamp on it.
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Right, so Casper Smirnoff back with us. I do like this paint job, you know, the chevron pieces on the front. It's very Chimera-esque, but subtle, but clean. So that's Apex 1, that team. Oh, I've lost my mouse. Oh no, I've got it back.
Apex 1.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's nice and tidy.
Yeah, Chris Dixon on track for the AM class, orange banners and number boards. Exactly the same colour of orange as the work guard colours. It's almost like they planned it. Right, where else are we going to go? Who's chatting away? Carl Hardy's still talking about hot tubs.
What, is he stuck in it? Can't get in or can't get out?
Dave's sorry, Carl says Dave isn't racing tonight because the race is too long and his bag will overflow. Oh dear. Renee's on the chat. He should be out here practicing. Renee's actually spotted right that his number boards are right for the first time in probably 2 seasons. It's only taken me that long to work out what was wrong, so I've done multiple things right tonight. It's spooky, isn't it? Right, we need to talk about Logan. He's coming out onto the track.
Brum brum.
Yeah, ooh. Logan and Matthew Rzepka run the ATC Championship in the United States. It's not a competition to us. It is a mutually supportive relationship, and this is their video.
Birds flying high, you know.
We have those kinds of dancing movements in our cars.
Yeah, we do.
Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, yeah. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. I'm feeling good.
Ingrained on me from when I was a boy in the Boy Scouts. They were the opposition.
There we go. Right, I'm back. I've got Vox again. Right, so that.
Have you? That's good. I've got a big black screen.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to change that. Thanks for pointing that out. So that, folks, is the ATC Championship. It's an American time slot race. So if you're up and about at those times, that is the league for you. Get signed up. Their first race was on, as you saw, August 19th, and they had 52 cars in the grid, which is unbelievable. The video is sensational.
What you say? I mean, the unbelievable thing was that nearly all finished, didn't they?
Yeah.
Everybody finished.
And I can only agree with Donut and Christopher Smith and everybody else who's just mentioned the video that I've just played. We got 60 for the last race, says Ian Bertolucci. The video that they've created makes mine utterly amateurish in comparison. Absolute skills. So well done to them. Right, we've now got even more that are in the session. They're still joining. We have.
Good on them.
I know, yeah. We are now into qualifying.
Oh, are we? No, that's good because, well, actually, and it's a different qualification this week, isn't it, Pete? Because we haven't got the urgent start to the evening, so
No.
we've got this much more longer, and everyone's going to be in perfect control throughout the race, of course.
Without a doubt. Yeah, it's guaranteed
So-
that nobody's going to crash, all that business. It's not worked for the last few. Excuse me, Cal Hardy. What do you mean that doesn't shock us, though, Pete, with your PC skills? Really? Let's see. Have you got any PC skills? Never mind. He's going to electrify himself in the hot tub. Gonna have to sharpen my Crayolas, says David Ayres. I eat them. My favourite flavour is blue.
Oh,
Yeah. So, right, let's have a look at some cars on track. So, this race, folks, is going to go into twilight. I think the official race is probably in the dark.
yeah. Well, the Mazdas went into twilight this week.
Really?
Pete. We had,
Right.
yeah, we had some headlamps on at the end there. The lights were up.
Right,
Yeah.
that's a bit naughty, isn't it? Don't forget, folks, season 18 is now open for registration. We've already got quite a few. I've just not processed them all on the website yet. I think we're into double figures already. So next season's looking
fantastic.
popular again. Hopefully everybody can...
This is going to take some beating, this one, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and hopefully it's done the job of attracting more. Alex Sabalano Lado is very, very social media minded, and he has a raft of fantastic ideas in order to generate more popularity for the league, and I'm all for it. So we're going to have a sit down and a chat over the weekend and see what we can do to plug more of the same. You'll see on the track map in your top right corner there, folks, cars appearing as they complete their first run-in lap. They need to run a timed lap, before they'll show on the timing tower. Darryl Wright says he will be signing up for next season. Brilliant.
Yes.
Great to hear.
Darryl has
Great to
been,
hear.
he's been talking about it for a while now. He's
Right.
made his mind up. I'm glad he has.
Yeah. We need to keep close eyes on certain people. This is the first car that we're going to keep a close eye on, Jamie Jeffrey. He can win this whole championship. It would take a bit of a miracle, and some very unfortunate situations.
Yeah, we'd have to have unfortunate things happening. We don't want to see that, which is good of Jamie.
Yeah. Stephen Walker, currently the leader by only 4 points in this championship, and chased by Logan McKinsey. I think this one's going to be quite a race, folks. This is going to be amazing.
I would say they're the drivers of the season, wouldn't you, Pete? I mean, for pace,
Yeah,
I think they've had the
I mean-
pace of it at most of the evenings, haven't they, these two between them? They've just been so quick, haven't they, and consistent.
When I looked through the replays, when I was looking for decent pictures for our banners for season 18 over the weekend, Stephen Walker and Logan McKinsey's names just kept popping up on all the results at the top. And that's what you get, isn't it? It's the consistency. You don't even have to win every race. It's occasional race wins
No.
and solid performances.
Just being
Just
there.
don't
yeah.
crash.
Yes, finishing.
Finishing. Logan
Because the pace these guys just they produce incredible pace all the time. So if you can take that pace to the end of the race, you're almost certain to be in a good points paying position.
Yeah.
You just need to stay out of trouble, and that's very much the case tonight for these guys. Everyone needs to stay out of trouble.
Absolutely. All right, where are we going to find Mark Draper? I tell you what, he's not raced for quite a long time. I don't know whether he's doing official still or not. He is a previous champion of this series from way back. But look how he just gets on with it. Already 6th fastest. I've put him in Pro-Am. He's not going to contribute to the league, obviously, in terms of points. Not so late in the season as to just drive in the last one. But there he is, on track and doing really well. 6th at the minute. Probably should have put him in Pro, to be honest. But we'll see how he performs. I don't know how many races he'd done this season. Cutting Corny fans on the chat, you've just got the one car to shout for today, which is Rene Earhart. with his green banner. I'll say it again, green banner. It's the only time I've got it right all season. Silas, here's Stefan, for your viewing pleasure. Who else is going on? Tommy Battelle. Hopefully his work schedule works to sign up for some next season too. Yeah, I mean, you don't even need to. You don't need to race every single race. Race whatever suits your calendar and whatever you get enjoyment from. That's what this league is all about. Rob Sutherland shouting for RD Simsport there. So Daniel Mills still topping the Pro-Am standings. You've got other...
Yeah, it's been fantastic all season.
Yeah.
It's been a real... It's just come into the league, haven't they? The whole team came into the league and that's it. They've been outstanding and they've added so much to it. And I'm thrilled for him because he's driven really well. I noticed him early on. He was showing incredible pace.
Yeah, without a doubt, he's going to end up in Pro, isn't he? Next season.
I would say.
Yeah, and his two teammates are on holiday this week. They've already mentioned that in the chat, and Rob Sutherland, their boss, their team boss, has confirmed it as we see Stefan going a bit sideways around that corner. We're going to go on board with... who should we go on board with? Who's towards the end of the lap? Car number 12, Chris Needham. Let's go on board with Chris Needham. It's been a while since we've been on board with him. So... cockpit, aiming at the apex here, run it out to the right hand side after you've passed the pit wall entry, and you're going to go into a very, very sharp, heavy, very famous braking zone here.
E1.
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
Look for the pools of blood.
Yeah. Through the center S's here, get yourself as much track width as you can. Don't run too wide. The track has been remapped, folks, so you can pick up 1X's everywhere now. It's nowhere near as generous as it used to be. As we come down here through the Retoroposta, I think it is, and into Decido de Lago, the descent between the lakes, and then through turn 5, which is just a kink, but this is overtaking opportunity central in these corners all over the place. Ferradura is the right-hander here. It's a double right-hander. Apex is twice. And then you're up at the top of the hill. The next turns are super sharp. The first one, I don't think has a name. Take lots and lots of curb on that one, and then cut back for Pinarino, which is this long left-hander. Brings you up further up the hill here into turns 10, which is just that kink behind you, and then something Departo. At the top there, very sharp right-hander. Down through Magello. I think that's Magello. And then into Juncao, which is this left-hander, third gear, usually second in the car he's in at the minute, which is the Elantra, and then power it up and over this crest. You get frustrated with any car through here because you just want to get on with it. The toe is immense, easy to run out wide in a rear-wheel drive car, and easy, as we saw with Carl Hardy one year, to get your pit lane entry wrong, or I think he changed his mind and absolutely demolished his car on the barriers going into the pits.
It's a fairly hefty wall, isn't it, that one?
It certainly it took his car to pieces, and it didn't require any spanners.
It was a tidy lap by Chris, wasn't it?
It was very good, actually.
He's been round here before, I would say.
I think he's been around here an enormous amount. So that was a very, very clean and tidy lap. And thank you to Smart Racing for letting us join him on board there. Right, the timings are ridiculously close. Naveed Hussain and Logan McKinsey are separated by 0.008 of a second. And
Which takes a lot longer to say than it is.
yeah, it does, actually. It really does. I'm going to put the splits next to it. Just a minute. I want the intervals, don't I? Is that right? Intervals? Yeah. So that tells you exactly what's going on in terms of how far they are away from one another.
Oh, we've got an 007 now. Whose car is it? It was 007 because there's a 0070 there as well. There's two of them, in fact.
6,
Goodness me.
Yeah. Split by nothing.
In fact, Logan is one of the... It is 007, isn't it, Logan?
Logan is car number... Yeah, it's Naveed who's 007.
Or is it Naveed who's 007?
Yeah. separated by 0.007 from Logan, who's in turn separated from Alex Savillano-Ledo by 0.007.
There's a lot of zeros up there.
Which means this is, I think, your statement from the beginning of the race, which was this is going to be the big balancing track. I think you're absolutely on the money. But at the moment, nobody has managed to. Jamie Jeffrey has got a pole lap underneath him provisionally, and is confident enough to be sat in the pits right now. He doesn't think that anybody, including Stephen Walker, who's currently holding second place, is going to do anything about that time. If you can,
I guess there isn't the pressure on the qualification that we normally have in the normal race week, because we haven't got the incredible sprint race where the qualification is so important.
Yes.
With this race, we've got plenty of time for things to work out.
Yeah, this is an 80-minute race, folks, and they're on 36% fuel. The last endurance race we ran that was 38% fuel, it didn't create the tactical spread that we wanted. This, we think, just by dropping it by just 2%, which is 2 litres, because they all run on 100-litre tanks, we think is enough to create some sort of drama in the pit lane windows. So let's see what happens with that. So yeah, good evening to Matthew Rozepska, who says we're all James Bond today. Yes, we are. If you just joined us, you've missed your own video because we had that on before. We've already plugged ATC quite a lot. Right, what's going on in AM class at the minute?
Well, they got a lot of positive comments about their fantastic video, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
In the chat, so Matthew could be very happy about that.
Definitely.
And so he should be.
Anthony Hilton, heads up the AM class at the minute. Fiona Siddons is in second and Chris Dixon is in third. Somebody exited stage right there. I think it was JB.
Anthony's been fairly dominant in the AMs at the moment, I think.
Yeah, there's not.
He's just got that couple of attempts. It's a very small amount, but it counts. And it'd be interesting to see on this longer race how that works out between the three of them, because they'll be scrapping hard.
Yeah, well, there's secretly 5 of them. Sorry. The only difference is that Harry George and Andrew Little have not yet set a time.
Yes.
Although saying that, and Andrew Little just posted time. So we'll have to see what happens with the.
Yes.
With
Well,
the
like
outclass.
say with the toe and everything, that's going to bring a lot of the pro-ams into the pro line, I think. These guys, there's plenty of the pro-ams who've got enough pace to hang on with a bit of toe to hang on to the pros.
Yeah. And then pro standings, we'll just skip the pro-am for a second as we go checkered for the session. It's not going to chin us out. Hopefully everybody remembers that on the track. This is not a heat race. This is a standard race. So we're going to run. This will run the time down for the average lap time. So if you're over the line, you are on a hot lap. You are on a hot lap. Keep going. Jamie Jeffrey still sat in the pits. Still on provisional pole, just for a few more seconds, unless Simon Trendle can do something about it, but he's not going to. So our pole man is going to be Jamie Jeffrey. I think that's his first pole of the season.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
Oh, well done,
I
Jamie.
think so. Yeah,
By 0.38.
0.038. That's nothing.
It's not very much.
It's
that's
not,
for
is
sure.
it? Yeah. So Stephen Walker will go off second. Look at Daniel Mills up there, way into the pro category in terms of timing in his pro-am velocity.
Well, it's no wonder he's been standing out as a driver, is it?
No, not at all.
Look at that. Yeah. I think he's going to be promoted. I don't suppose he'll be unhappy about that. It's really, he should have that P against his name.
He's earned it. He's
Yeah,
done so
absolutely. Yeah, most people will be proud. I know some people try and avoid the pro label, of course.
Well, it
Takes
adds a
them out
bit.
there.
Yeah, adds a bit of pressure, doesn't it?
Big fish in a little pond.
Yeah. And Casper Smirnoff there doing a brilliant job there. Second place in pro-am, right on the tail. Look at that, 0.152 of a second away from getting into that pro timings area.
Yeah.
Surprised by Simon Trendle not being further north. Don't know why it's surprising to me. It just is. Usually I associate him with top five or better. I don't know whether there's some.
That's interesting because he would know this place like the back of his hand.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I'm with you there. I wouldn't, but it's hard to say, isn't it? It doesn't take very much to. He's not very far behind, is he?
No, not really. So just looking at the track temperature. The track temperature is dropping, folks. It was 26 when we started the broadcast. It's now 23 degrees. Still partly cloudy. Quite a strong wind, really. It's 19 kilometres. I don't know what direction it's in, and it does make a difference here at this track. Why has the temperature suddenly gone up? That's very strange, isn't it? Maybe that'll come back down by the time we go racing to
21C.
Yeah, that's a bit strange. Anyway, let's go and have a look at the grid. Let me just extend gridding. Let me find a decent camera so that you can see some cars at the grid in the background. And Jamie Jeffrey will lead us away tonight, folks, for Coupes and Convertibles racing. Joining him on the front row there will be Stephen Walker for Spectre 6. Daniel Mills will go off row 2. In third place for RD Simsport. Naveed Hussain will go off fourth for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing.
Well done.
Yeah, very good. Fifth, Logan McKinsey for Sim Racing Grid. Sixth will be Alex Savlano-Ledo for Hydro Race Racing Forces. Simon Trendle will go off seventh for Team Chimera. Eighth will be Casper Smirnoff for Apex 1. Ninth will be Mark Draper in a cameo appearance, cameoing as himself. Rennie Earhart will go off 10th for Cutting Corny TCR team. Collective cheer from the crowd, because a lot of the people in the chat are CCT fans. Pete Van Gool will go off 11th for Result X Pure Sims. Chris Needham will go off 12th for Air Smart Racing. 13th, when I can get to it, will be Matt Flannery for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. JB goes off 14th, that's good, for BSTV Pink. Stefan Goebel will go off 15th for VTS Esports, with Anthony Hilton off 16th for Mellow Motorsport. Joe Larkinen off 17th for Hydro Race Racing Forces. Fiona Siddons, stop flashing your lights. Fiona Siddons will go off 18th for Work Guard by Result. 19th, oh, there they go. 19th will be Chris Dixon for Work Guard by Result. Andy Littler will go off 20th for Work Guard by Result. Sam Blees, I don't know that he's racing. He didn't post a time. I'm not sure he's competing. Might go off 21st for Hydro Race Geodesic.
Oh, I do hope so.
Yeah, and Harry George will go off 22nd and bring up the rear of the field. Pete Van Gool, you're going to get banned. We'll bring up the rear of the field for Intercontinental Sim Racing Group, or ISRG as they were known. Right, let me get that off the screen. I just wanted to go to here. There we go. And we will get ready to race. Lights are coming on, folks.
Handsome grid.
It is.
Look at this. That's beautiful.
Isn't it just? And we are green on this final race of the season. That's a very pink car in the background. Who was that? Oh, right, okay. We'll soon find out. Right, down to turn 1 we go. And Naveed Hussain has done a whole shot here, and he's probably going to be on the preferable line. No, he can't get it turned enough. And he's going to do it. Naveed's going to take the lead of the race in that Audi. Can he keep it, though? That's the point.
He's got the better line coming in here.
Yeah, Decido de Largo is our next destination for these first few cars. Everybody got around the first few corners fine. Bit of shuffling further back. Naveed's still on the favourable line, and they're still duking for this.
Oh, keep it together, guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Logan getting very tasty there. Looks like Sam Blees did not start.
No. Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't know whether he was intending to or not. Oh, that's a bit of intimacy there from Stephen and Logan. Don't forget, these two side by side here are 1 and 2 in the championship, and it can all be decided.
Couldn't be closer, could it? I mean, look at this.
Yeah. Where is your money,
neck
folks?
and neck in the league, in points, in every way. Their driving has been neck and neck all season, and they're neck and neck out there right now. And how are we going to split them? Who's going to win this blooming championship?
At the moment, it's Logan. Because he is literally 1 position ahead of Stephen. This is where it's going to go all night, folks. So it's going to be hard to look away at other battles, but we're going to have to, obviously. As Simon Trendle is trying to get back past Kasper Smirnov to take his position
Yeah,
back from him.
Casper's doing great, isn't he?
Brilliant, yeah. Absolutely fantastic. Let me get you a track map, folks, and let me get you a battle box. And we have gone racing. So, Naveed
They
and
kicked off hard. My goodness,
Yeah.
they went round on that first lap. They went off hard.
They
They
did.
weren't messy.
No way were they. Naveed and Jamie are away to the races on their own at the moment. I don't know how careful Logan and Stephen are planning to be here. There is a lump of wood on offer. There is wood on offer. You can read into that whatever you wish, folks. For whoever kind of finishes first. Then we...
You can spend hours polishing it, and it'll still be dull. So, hours of entertainment. You're never gonna wear out the entertainment value.
You
of
will
that
never
piece of
put
wood.
it down. Oh, Stephen Walker under threat here from Daniel Mills. Coming in to upset the party.
Well, Dan has got the pace
He
to
has.
upset any party.
Yeah. Look at Casper. Having a good look at Daniel Mills. This is already turning out to be... I mean, look at this. It's a crowded house, this. My God.
Well, you said about the toe. Now, I think already, even at this early stage, I think we're starting to see a bit of that.
Yeah. Stephen sorted himself out. He's back on the boot lid of Logan. Or he was just for a second. He's got the attentions of Daniel Mills. Full in his mirrors, though. Good grief. That Veloster is good round here. Whatever setup he's got in
Yes.
it is working for him right now.
No, I fancy this track for the Velocity. It's got the kind of corners and the kind of movement that suits the car.
Yeah.
But I do think it's a great balancing track. I think nobody's penalised for their car choice tonight. Everybody's got a fair shout at this on this track, and yeah, it's all to play for.
It is.
And we've set off in the perfect way.
Yeah, Fiona Siddons dropping down the order and losing time. Don't know why. Let's have a look and see where she is.
Well, what's happening, Fee? That's not a happy car.
She's getting back up to speed. I think she got Junkau wrong. And is
Like, you go
suffering
out
for
there
it.
wrong, that haunts you all the way up that blooming hill.
I know. Frustrating if you get that wrong.
You've got to get a clean exit from that. It's just crucial that you get the exit from the corner, and it's probably the hardest. It's off camber, uphill, all over the place. Yeah, it
So,
demands a lot of a driver because you've got to carry the pace and you've got to be quick.
yeah. And we've got Matthew is actually saying Logan just wins all the championships and he doesn't know how. We kind of know how. Oh, that's contact. Oh.
Careful.
And Stephen got out of the gas in order to
Yeah.
not take advantage of that, and he's put himself at risk of getting overtaken by Daniel Mills, but he's sorted himself out. Look at Casper.
Oh, goodness me.
Casper's doing a brilliant
Yeah,
job. Alex
Daniel's
is on
got
the
what
scene.
he's looking to overtake, but he needs to look to his own position here because Casper's got his hot pants on here.
Yes, yeah. Simon Trendle wants his position back, and he might just... Well, he's on the non-favourable line because it's the sharper line through this series of left-handers doesn't give you the traction round. The longer route gives you an open steering, and you can just do those corners better. Might come back to him here, though, on the inside. Why is Logan across the track? Oh, these two are going at it. Well, Stephen's on the outside of Logan. He's going to have to cut back in, surely. Yes, he has. He's shut the door.
Yeah, Logan's got the one for there.
Blimey.
But they're not holding back already. I think
Oh,
they
dear
decided
me.
that they're going to race for it, and yes.
Well, the top two are away. They're doing their own
Yes,
thing.
well, this is very good because, Logan and Stephen are very interested in what they're doing.
Yeah.
So this means that Naveed and Jamie are just sort of hooting way off the front. Nobody's really taking much notice of them
No, Matthew
because
says...
we're all fixated on third and fourth, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. We are. Oh, no.
No.
Right.
Crikey, that was nasty. How did he get up there? That swore so hard.
Well, we're going to
Goodness
have
me.
another look at that because that was he and Alex Sevillano Lado going into Ferradura, isn't it? So racing incident, I think. And Simon's crashed again, so he's going to have to box that car. Let's just have one more look at that before we go back to live racing. one more look. So they're both heading up the hill. Alex has got the favourable racing line. Simon's gone in shallow to defend it, and they've just got contact.
I don't think there's anywhere else for him to be.
Well,
Simon was
I think-
slightly heading out, and
Alex was trying to turn.
Alex was heading
yeah.
in slightly in, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And they met in the middle.
Well, they'll
I
sort
don't
that
think
out
there's
between
anything
them.
in it.
Yeah. Stevens going for it. Turn 1. Oh, that's contact.
Oh,
Oh. Right, is he gonna go or is he gonna? There's a bit of flashing.
Oh.
It was a bold move. I don't know what's gonna happen here. In terms of
Yes.
giving it back or anything. No, he's giving it back.
Yeah,
Stevens
he's
giving it back. And that
Yeah.
is sportsmanship like you don't see in many leagues.
And this is at the sharp end of a season-long series of battles, and he's just given up and put himself from first into fourth place.
Yeah,
But out of courtesy and gentlemanly conduct.
he has. He was hounded by that RD Simsport Veloster for all the first laps of the race. Chances are he will float his way back to the surface again, because that's what Stephen Walker does. So we'll return to that shortly. At the moment,
Yes.
Logan
It's,
is in the driving seat for the championship. But look at Daniel Mills. He doesn't care. He wants
no,
a
but this
podium.
might be put the spotlight a bit on Navid and Jamie, because now Logan will be hot pants after them.
Yeah. So just to remind you, these two cars are in this race. Naveed Hussain leads the race by 3/4 of a second. That's all. He's not getting away from Jamie Jeffrey, and Jamie Jeffrey is 5 whole seconds ahead of Logan McKinsey already, who has no time on his hands. He's got a mirrors full of multiple cars.
Well, he's giving them a very healthy toe, isn't he?
Yeah.
And they're going to stay there right up the pit straight now.
Right.
They really need to hold off a bit, I think, and play convoy for a few laps
Yeah.
and try and close this gap a little bit, because 5 seconds is a lot of gap. They don't want
It
it
is.
going any bigger.
Look at the distance to the first two.
Yeah.
They're nearly in a
Well, that's
different
because
race.
of this battle we've had with
Yeah.
already the first opening manoeuvres.
Yeah, Mark Draper is doing a standout job here, actually. 7th place, up 2 positions from his start position. In his first race for I don't know how long, first race of this season at least, doing a guest appearance. So Logan, he's a cool customer, isn't he? He doesn't seem to get
Yeah,
phased
he's
by
fantastic.
anything.
He's a charming gentleman and a very fine driver.
Yeah, he is. Right, let's just have a look at this overtake again. The boisterous one. Is it a send?
Yes.
Is it a send?
I don't think he expected it to get quite so boisterous, of course.
No, it's not. Well, it's not a send, is it? Really?
No,
You
no,
got
I don't
alongside.
think it's a send. Yeah,
But yeah, that's how that happened. It
it's
was.
a bit of a.
I'd say that was probably in his car. That was probably 50-50 for him, and he's had a pop at it, seeing if he can do it clean, and he didn't. So.
The fact that it's in 4th place says so much about the man's character.
Yeah.
Now, are they closing the gap? No.
Not really. The 2 lead cars are gapping that massive group that's following. Naveed breaking the toe there for Jamie Jeffrey. He's got nearly a
Logan
second
really needs
down.
to be not looking in his rearview mirror. He needs to be looking at these cars in front.
Andy Loebler's
that's
gone to
Andy.
pit lane. Stefan Goebel's gone to pit lane. So what have
What's going off?
That's just
Not early. Got to be early.
That's
Early pit stops.
just happened. No, this is a crash. And it was together.
Say.
Oh, and he's been
Oh.
Stefan's been kind of speared there by Andy, minding his own business, and a broken rear axle, and he's had to reset to the pits. That's very sad for Stefan in this
Well, Andy was
last.
in there as well, so
Yeah, I think it's not worked out for him either. Right, so
it's clumsy that was, wasn't it?
it was a bit clumsy, yeah. Right, so everybody's now talking about pit strategy because Logan's out front and having to gas the car, whereas Stephen is in a pack and probably able to lift quite a lot going into
Fuel
corners.
savers in iRacing.
He honestly is. It's terrifying, actually. Let's just jump on board with him and see if there is a lot of that going on. He might not be able to do it because of the pressure of the cars around him, but we'll soon find out. It's not raining. Don't know why his windscreen wipers are going.
Maybe next season.
No, yes. So let's see if he's lifting. He's already half gas and off gas. So yes, he is. And Logan looks like he's getting some business from... Oh, he's lost the position to Daniel. And whilst we were on board...
Yeah.
Let me go and find that.
Well, that was... let's see that. Must have been some pass because...
Here it goes. It's the same move that Stephen Walker tried. Not from as far back, although by the time we get to the braking zone... Oh no, he's right alongside. And Logan's let him go. Logan's trying to fuel save now. Logan knows the game.
Well, you wanted the tactics and the strategy.
We've got it. We've got it in bucketfuls right now. I wonder how much Stephen's managed to save in that time. Let's get that live running. Right, Jura Larkinen trying to get round the outside here of Anthony. Look how far up the field
in that
Anthony is.
Racing Forces livery.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? I did like the one where he was in the
Yes,
Jurassic
I
Park
did
front,
very
yeah.
much. But I'm glad he's in a team. It's much nicer for him in the league to be in the team and have a teammate and a proud livery.
Yeah. Right, Stephen.
And there's another proud livery who's going at the clappers.
Yeah, too right. And look at Mark Draper. He's here with this group.
Well, Mark's never been short of pace, has he?
Not really. Sometimes short of finishes. He had one
Yeah,
season where...
maybe short of the occasional finish, but
Yeah.
he's always been quick. But to actually step into the car out of nowhere and find this kind of pace, I think is pretty amazing.
Yeah, Stephen having a go here. He's trying to... Now, he's realised that Logan's playing the game he's playing. So everything's at 0 now. So he wants past Casper quickly. If he doesn't get
That's not
past
going to
him
be
quickly,
easy because Casper's going out the clappers.
Yeah. Anthony got
That's
that
going to use
far
some
up the
fuel up trying to get past him.
I wonder if there was an incident we missed, says
Oh,
David
here we
Ayres.
go. Oh, come on.
Wrong
Oh,
side, and he's going to get pushed out a little there.
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of E and ooh for that one. Stephen's not going to
I
be...
think he's, is he going to get up the hill for the right-hander? No, he's not. So
No, that's going to be...
we've got this fantastic tight section though here, Pete. I mean, can he... We're looking for just the slightest error.
Yeah, but Casper's got some good lines in him. We've seen it in other
Yes,
races.
yeah, well, that's a problem for Stephen.
Well, that's why
Oh,
from
there you
Casper.
go. There's one.
That's one mistake. Stephen doesn't need asking too many times. Do you want to go through? Very calm and calculated driver, Stephen Walker. He wasn't far off making that turn 1 move work, you know.
No, it's fractions in it.
Yeah,
If it was clean, it could have been a race winner.
yeah. And he's going to save fuel somewhere along this line, but this is going to be his opportunity now. Or is it? That's a bit further back than I expected him to be. The Elantra seemed to be quite good off the Junkau corner and up the hill. He's having a look, showing himself. Nowhere near close enough to do anything.
No, not close enough this time.
No, even with the toe.
And he
Although
doing through
this-
here. Oh, you see, that's very nice, but
Yeah, a little bit
He's
of
got
aero
that
wash.
tight, didn't he?
Yeah.
Got that tight.
Whoops, wrong car, sorry. This one. This is Pete Van Gool. Shouldn't show him because he was flashing his lights at the start. Chris Needham's gone defensive. This is a good show from Chris Needham.
Oh, he's got a... Oh. Exciting. I bet they're enjoying this.
Yeah.
I would be if I was in there. And I think they both relish these kinds of battles on the track.
Yeah.
Both of them. They're both racers, deep in their hearts.
So Stephen still jammed up behind Casper Smirnoff, and Logan McKenzie starting to slowly work away. The impressive car on the track at the minute for me is Daniel Mills. He is... Ooh, and there we go. Stephen Walker's through on Casper. Can he keep it? Casper's
Yes.
going to try and snap back because he still wants the positions, of course. It's a race, right? Signed up for a race? Give you a race.
Well, yeah, it's the way Casper's driving, he'll give anybody a race.
Yeah, really good driver. Surprised he's not been snapped up by another team. So, what can Stephen do now? Or is that Elantra going to munch up the tarmac and try and have a go at him at the end of...
Well, you know, it's uphill. There's all that draft, and we've got T1 at the top of it.
Yeah. I need
But
some...
of course, Stephen's got Logan clearly in his sights now, and that's he won't want that to change. He wants to close that gap.
I need some nerve medicine. Also known as beer.
I've taken mine.
Have you
Well,
not run out yet, have you?
I've still got. I've got a considerable amount of that Scotch left from
All right.
this season's pot. I mean, plenty for tonight, that's for sure.
Oh, good. Right. As long as you got enough for tonight, that's what matters.
Oh yeah, well, no, I'm floods. I mean, floods of it.
Alright.
Shows you how moderate I've been this season.
Yeah, the fairies may be delivering another one. Who knows? Right, so Casper keeping Stephen Walker honest right now. What's happening at the very front? Navid, even. God grief, I can't get anybody's name right now.
So, well, yeah, he's got this. He's comfortable, isn't he?
Yeah, I think it's a bit like the Stig, you know, when on Top Gear when he's like learning Japanese or something, or he's listening to country music. I think that's what's going on in Navid's car at the minute.
Yeah.
Jamie Jeffrey is
Wobbly
now...
does a bit of that, doesn't he? Wobbly strikes me.
Probably, yeah.
He does that. He probably learns Venezuelan or something.
Yeah.
Around.
Oh, what's that? Alex Savillano Lado.
He's got a gap though. Navid has pulled a gap on Jamie. Now that is just based on their pace because they've had nobody to else race but each other. So
Yeah.
that's all about his pace, and it's not that easy to put a gap on Jamie, especially here with the toe.
No,
So
that's Alex going around
are
the
they
outside.
going to pull him back in?
Maybe. So Alex way down the field after that incident with Simon Trendle. Right, what else is going on?
He's got plenty to do to get back.
Very much so. We've got 3 cars out of the race completely. Stefan Goebel, Simon Trendle, and Sambly's never started.
Dan Mills, the pro-am, and he's
Yeah.
cutting
Ooh.
down the lead. He's trying to close in on Jamie Jeffries. That's pretty amazing and outstanding driving.
Yeah, here's Harry George into pits. Now, I don't know.
Is he okay?
Oh, well, you're going to get 2 pit stops, are we? Or is it? Oh, that's a drive-through.
Oh,
That was a
Really?
penalty. Yeah.
already?
Yeah.
Crikey, Harry, congratulations,
He
mate.
might get an award here, but it won't be one he wants.
Well,
Most drive-throughs.
That's right in up my street. That's
Yeah.
exactly the kind of thing I
Yeah.
do on a regular basis. Nice drive through, get a chance to wave to everybody.
Sign some signatures on the way through if you're quick.
Well, you know, give them the royal wave. And,
Yeah. Off tracks here are beastly, so I'm not surprised that we're going to get some drive-throughs
yeah, it
tonight.
didn't used to be like that,
No,
did it, Pete?
much more
What
generous.
have they done to us? It's the same in other tracks as well. They've been going around doing this, haven't they?
Yeah.
Didn't they do the same with Watkins Glen as well? They made that one. They've like been going around with their paint box, putting X's on the road.
Yeah. Oh, fastest lap of the race by Casper Smirnoff, was that? No, it was Stephen Walker just. With a 142.48. So there's a point. So that is going to make a difference at the end of this race. That point is going to make a difference. Because neither of these two have got lead lap points at all yet. And that could feature as
he's
well.
got his, yes. Well, he's got the fastest lap at the moment.
Well,
That doesn't mean he's going to keep the fastest lap. by any
Absolutely.
means.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing about this, Pete. You just don't know how to call this. They're both such, but we've got the 2 of the best drivers out there. that I've ever seen. They're two of the best drivers I've ever seen. You know, you just don't know how to call a race between them because the machinery, to all intents and purposes, is pretty equal, and the talent is high and pretty equal. And so, who's going to win this? It's fascinating and intriguing and pretty bloody exciting as well, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. Right, what else is going on? So, Matthew Zaczka says Mills has put his try-hard pants on this year. I think he has, because he did well in the ATC race that I saw. As now, Casper is under pressure from Mark Draper. He's been dropped by Stephen Walker, caught by Mark Draper. Had a little bit of a wobble on one of them, and JB has literally just passed Chris Dixon. Christopher Smith says, "Is Alan paid in whiskey?" I can neither confirm or deny whether Alan is paid in whiskey or not.
But yes.
but yes, yes he is. So JB is now getting on terms with Fiona, and is going to pass Fiona, or is he? Last of the late breakers here, and yeah, sailed it round the outside.
Oh, that was sweet. Look at
It
that.
was wonderful. Absolutely inch perfect.
Oh, keep it together.
He's trying to get back, and JB has had to break the toe. She may pull alongside here because he was tighter on that corner than on the S's.
He will be aggressive if she gets the chance. She never backs out of anything. She can stick her nose in a race like this. She'll definitely want to stick her nose in.
Yeah. Can JB get a gap? Because Chris Dixon's on the scene now as well.
Yes, well, Chris is there waiting to pick up any pieces, isn't he? That might just come along. It would be ideal for him.
Yeah. We're going to jump on board here with Mark Draper's nose. Because this... right, Casper's gone defensive on our left.
Oh, it's nicely done.
It was very well defended.
Yes, complete under control, you see. I controlled his lines. Nobody's getting past that car.
No, he's going to go shallow out of this corner as well to defend... Oh, no, he's not. Right, he's let the inside go to Mark Draper. And if Mark Draper can get half a car, 3/4 of a car, he's going to stay half a car.
Oh,
This is
crikey.
gonna-
Now,
this
that
is-
was
that was
a
lovely.
heck of a braking battle, and that turned out very even, didn't it?
Oh, that was a little touch. A little touch.
Oh, they're trying very hard to keep it clean.
They
You've
are.
got to take your hats off to these chaps.
I mean,
We've seen some really gallant efforts tonight.
they'll both be
And some
loving this.
gallantry as well. It's been exemplary display by everybody so far tonight.
Yeah, that corner there, I don't know whether it's got a name, the one before Pinerino. It's so sharp that round the outside isn't possible, really, unless there's a big speed difference. Right, we need to go and have a look a little bit further up, because Stephen Walker is catching Logan a little bit quicker every lap now. He's done another fastest lap. I think that Stephen cannot afford to pit before Logan does, purely for the fact that if Logan gets any lead lap points, that might make a difference come the end of the race.
Yes, of course. Well, Stephen will be well aware of this. He's tactically astute. And, yeah, well, your call about the fuel level is throwing a large spanner into these interesting works. It is, because they've all been saving fuel as well, sporadically. We don't know. I imagine Logan is as good at saving fuel as he is at going fast. They normally go hand in hand, don't they?
Yeah,
That
they
kind
do,
of
yeah.
skill.
Absolutely. Right, Mark Draper still piling the pressure on to Casper in the background there. As we watch these 4 cars starting to come together. Jamie Jeffrey has now been fully dropped by Naveed Hussain, who leads this race by 4.38 seconds. You can see Jamie there in the background.
So what's his lap time, Naveed? Is he
142.62, which is slower than no, a little bit faster than Logan was last lap.
unless he compared with Stephen?
Stephen,
He's got a couple of tenths.
Stephen's faster than everybody in front of him. He's done a
By how
142.
much?
Oh, 2 tenths. It's
2 tenths.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, that's quite a lot. He's a very swift driver. It's Stephen when he's got his lucky pants on.
Yeah, Christopher Smith says the drive-through award is sponsored by McDonald's. That's funny. That's good. Like it.
That's almost enough to get Cole out of his hot tub.
Yeah. So, if he's been shuffled to the back of this little group, Chris Dixon's moved
Oh.
forward, and they're both chasing JB. Oh, hang on.
Ah,
Mark Draper has just put a move. We're going to watch it in a second because I missed it.
Casper.
Yeah. Casper's now behind, but is he going to snap back? Mark Draper's gone defensive. Like, very defensive. He's going to have to pull back and not in the braking zone. He's done it perfectly. Back onto the racing line before the braking zone. He's gone super
Oh,
wide.
he's gone wide there.
Is there a slowdown out
never
there?
cost you time though. It's amazing how it never seems to cost you any time when you go wide there. It's just
No.
nice. Just it must be the. I don't know why, because it is yards further after all.
Yeah. If my screen is correct, by the way, there are multiple cars that will end up doing a drive-through before the end of this race if they carry on the way they are.
Oh, how exciting! That's a very inconvenient amount of time to put on your lap.
Yeah, it's. I'm not going to mention any names, obviously.
No, don't. Let us guess. No. How is Naveen's gap doing? It's still at 5 seconds nearly.
Yeah, it is. And he is. Is he going to improve on the fastest lap on this lap? No. He's 2/100ths slower than his own fastest lap and quite a way off the fastest lap of the race.
Consistent driving though, isn't it?
Yeah, whoa, look at that.
Oh,
Daniel Mills having a pop for second place here, and Logan is all over him like a bad rash now.
oh, goodness me.
I was going to replay that Mark Draper overtake, but I don't think I can.
Danny's red hot tonight, isn't he?
He's on it like a car bonnet, pardon the pun. Jamie, mega defensive, and he's going to retain the position through that defensiveness. Is he going to make himself a victim going around up to... why do I keep forgetting this corner name? Ferradura.
That's why.
Yeah. Oh, so Daniel Mills shuffled back behind Logan. Stephen Walker next to try and get in behind him.
Exciting, Pete.
It's ridiculous, this. Last race of the season. It's unbelievable. And there's battles elsewhere as well. Pete Van Gool, flashy himself, seeing as there's no Matt Elmore at the minute.
Yes, come back, Matt.
Having a scrap with Chris Needham still.
I'm missing your halogen bulbs.
My retinas aren't.
No, he puts halogen in, especially for your retina.
Of course, yeah. Right, what does Blimp Cam show us? Shows us the lines that they're taking. Logan's trying to go
Whoa.
around the outside of Jamie. I don't know whether Jamie's like melted his stuff. And now we can't see anything because of the grandstand.
Oh, it's just gonna be
Logan,
tight.
he's wrapped himself around the outside of Jamie there. That was a lovely overtake. Now Stephen.
Well, he had the pace, didn't he? Taking the yards, and
Yeah.
he could be confident, and yeah.
Stephen
There was
has
no
to go
telling him
now.
nay. There wasn't. Jamie couldn't do anything about that.
No. Daniel trying to get.
Daniel's still looking hungry here. Can he get him on the inside?
Now, I know that Jamie Jeffrey doesn't like this track, but he must have started liking it at the start of this race. That's Naveed closing in on a back marker. I think it's Andrew Littler ahead.
Yes. I hope Andy's awake. I'm sure he is.
It was a bit wide there from Logan. I don't know whether that's an off track. They are beastly around here. Naveed is
There we
through.
go. Very nice job done by Andy. See Naveed safely on his way. Cost neither of them any time.
Right, Stephen is not going to want Logan to get too many positions ahead.
Stephen's just sitting there. He's entirely too comfortable in this at the back of this 4-car train.
Yeah, he may be taking the opportunity to do a bit of fuel saving.
What makes you say that, please?
Or no, he's not. He's trying to get this move done, and he's
Well,
gone.
there's the gap there, isn't there?
Jamie gave him that.
Yes.
I think he licked the stamp and sent it to Stephen with a bow round it. Mark Draper.
I wasn't expecting to see it down up there at this stage of this race.
Mark Draper
This
in.
is outstanding by him.
Yeah,
What's Mark doing?
scheduled stop for Mark Draper.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Anthony Hilton into the pits behind him.
is that scheduled as well?
I don't know yet. Yes. Matt Flannery also in. So we're getting to a window here.
Lap 20. So there you go. Lap 20. Popular window for fuel. And, they won't be doing tyres, will they?
No. Well, no. They last for like 3 hours, these tyres. Although Jamie
I
Jeffries.
think Billy was been changing the fronts. Just
Oh yeah, that was true.
recently.
Yeah, she said she was.
So it could be that she will be changing the fronts. I can see why you might on this because they do get a bit chewing gummy, I believe.
Right, okay. Maybe that's what's happened to Jamie Jeffrey then, because he was rapid at the start. Yes, the people behind him were battling, but then he's been caught and passed quite quickly, so...
Yes, this isn't normal in Jamie, is it?
No.
There's something there. Something bothering the lad. Because Jamie doesn't get dropped.
No. Naveed Hussain to pit road. I did wonder whether he was at the end of his fuel window. So he's in for his scheduled stop. Now, this is important. This is very important. Logan is not going to get a lead lap on this one because Naveed was already over the line in pit lane. So no benefit on this lap to Logan to take a point. As a whole load of cars have just piled into pit road. 7 of
lap
them.
21, so yeah, lap 20, lap 21, holding an awful lot of the cars. There must be something
sorry.
significant about that.
Yeah, I think that is the fuel window. So let's have a look at this group that's still racing whilst everybody else is languishing in the pits, getting some bang juice, as Fiona called it once. And
Oh, yeah, I mean, these guys are getting improving their lead. That's
yeah,
I'm sure they were pleased to do that. I don't see anybody pulling these chaps back, to be honest.
yeah.
I'm glad to see Jamie's found his gas pedal again.
Yeah, he's on the group now. Don't know what that was all about. Maybe he
It
had
was
to...
it was something bothering the lad. He was definitely languishing there a little bit, wasn't he?
Yeah, maybe he was part of the Fuel Conservation Society.
Well, your tyres, I do believe your tyres can go off. You can overcook them.
Yeah.
I do believe this is the case.
Well, let's see. He's certainly back on a bit of pace now. So Logan is leading. If Logan crosses the line first, which there's all the chance of him doing, even in pit road potentially, if he pits, depends whether everybody behind him will do. He is doing what?
Oh, he can hold out for another. No, he's got to go in. Look.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. He's going again. He's
No,
going for the...
Oh, nobody else has gone in.
Right. So this is interesting. Logan's gone again for the lead lap point.
Yes, well, that's what I was going to say. That's what I would have done as well. If he's got the fuel to do it, it makes sense, doesn't it? Try and
Wow.
pull another lead lap.
Let's see what Stephen does in terms of pit lane times. I'm not going to
But
say
now
anything
he's
about
put
them.
this- Yeah.
Here comes
So we'll see how.
Naveed.
Try and remember how long Stevens takes, and then we can see how long
Well, I don't
it
know.
takes for.
I don't know that Stephen hasn't pulled a blinder here because Logan. Oh, Logan's now having to pass back markers. Oh, and desperately trying to pass. Oh, and that's vicious.
Oh. Oops.
So, Logan
Oh.
has pulled up.
Oh no. Not damage from that. Surely
I
not.
think so, yeah.
Oh.
That was Logan trying to get through the back markers, and I don't think the back markers were playing in his favour at all. Let's have a look at it again, because that is well, it could be a season-defining moment. Yeah, his front suspension's broken. You can tell by the craziness of the front of the car. Let's have another look at that from a bit further back. I'm going to try and rewind this.
Yeah, can we rewind that a bit? I'm not sure what's that. Oh, what's.
So, Logan has gone to the outside of Fee, expecting her to rejoin. She's stayed right to the edge of the track. Not sure what that's about. He's gone mega wide, thinking that Fee's going to be moving over to the very left, and then tried to rejoin, but there was no track for him to rejoin on because, once again, Fee's car was there. I mean, he's got to get back on before the end of the rumble strip. That's part of the game. And then, yeah, I don't know why Fee hasn't pulled left, but that's what's happened there. So,
That's strange.
yeah, very.
He was there. Well, that's very unfortunate.
Matthew Rozepska says maybe it would have triggered a drive-through for Logan, and Logan is out of the race. Logan's retired the car.
Yeah. I figured he would. He was in a race for the lead and winning the championship. He's not now, is he?
No, he's not. And now can't do, providing that Stephen Walker finishes. So.
I think it would have been very hard for Logan to have made the points back, to have made enough places to have taken it from Stephen now.
Yeah. I'm not
That's
sure.
unfortunate, because I would have enjoyed seeing him try.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just confused by Fiona's car position and why she didn't come out of the gas to let the leader go. Odd.
Surely would have had Jim telling her.
Probably, yeah. So, Jamie Jeffrey into pit box 1. He was the pole man for his scheduled stop. Stephen Walker will get around the lap 7 seconds behind Naveed Hussain, who is our leader. And Daniel Mills may assume 3rd place, although Jamie Jeffrey is moving, and the pit lane exit gets you up to speed quite well, but he's not going to be anywhere near it, is he? Or is he? Because it is a short path, but he's got a lift going through here, so now he's going to come out behind him.
Yeah, and he can't, but it's not going to be very far away. So that's ejected him.
Yeah.
Still in the fight here.
Yeah.
So presumably all the others will have the same experience.
Yeah, I would think so.
Naveed has now got 7.5 seconds. Stephen's going to work hard. We should be looking for him to try and be closing this now. So, tense moments at the front.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Mills is sitting on the podium. What a drive he's doing. Jamie's chasing him hard. and the pair of them are trying to get in Stephen's toe, and good luck with that.
Yeah. Sorry, I've got lots of messages kicking off all over the place now. Right, yeah, so field is a bit spread out now after all the shenanigans just then. Matt Flannery trying to get back past, everybody's pitted at least once now, trying to get back past Anthony Hilton.
That went very smoothly. No, everybody's pitted.
Everybody's pitted, yeah. So
Goodness me.
everybody's
That's a good disaster, not a bent fender, not a too fast an entry, no black flags, no.
no, and nearly everybody came in on lap 19, 20 or 21.
Yeah, no.
Notable exceptions at the moment. A JB who had to pit early because he was in an incident. And who else? Only the retired cars plus Andy Littler, who I think has been in for a repair as well. We did have a drive-through though. That was Harry George, wasn't it? Yep.
Yeah, poor Harry.
Yeah.
How's he doing at the moment for his off tracks and various sundry mishaps?
Who's that?
Harry.
Harry. I can confirm that he has added to his collection of points, of incident points. So
Hopefully it's accruing at a slower rate now.
I think it
because,
is actually, yeah.
I mean, the start of the race and everything, you can understand somebody getting into some minor kerfuffles and picking up some points.
Yeah, so the race leader goes through on Harry George, who gets out of the gas early and lets him go. Stephen Walker, 8 seconds behind, has now again got Daniel Mills for company. Daniel Mills is driving out of his skin tonight. He must love this track.
Yes, it's a fantastic performance. It's not. I'm not entirely surprised because I've seen him do this twice this season.
Yes.
Do full outstanding performances. I know he's got it inside him, but you're right. He obviously likes this place, or it likes him. One of the two.
Yeah, yeah. Good point made by Christopher Smith on the chat. Is Jamie Jeffrey trying to one-stop the race because he was in on lap 40, on minute 40, so at exactly the halfway point.
Well, he's a cunning strategist.
He is. I'm glad you said that. That could have gone bad if I'd tried to say it. Pete Newman says, real shame as that was setting up to be a nail biter. Yeah, it was.
Yes.
Such a bummer for Logan, says Tommy Battelle. Absolutely. And Demis Tigchalar is on the chat. Says, come on, Racing Forces, where is your boy at the minute? Well, boys, rather. Alex Savolano Ledo is currently in 9th place. Down 3 positions from his start. He got into a bit of a tussle early on with Simon Trendle. Simon Trendle retired after that incident. And I'm looking for Jura. Where's Jura gone? Oh, there. 14th for Jura.
Yeah, doing okay.
Little birdie tells me that Demis Tigchalar will be interested in Racing Forces maybe for next season.
Oh,
It's only,
that'd be nice.
it's only a little birdie though, and it was only a tiny little squawk.
Oh. I've got a lot of birds in my garden because I spend a fortune on feeding them.
Right, okay.
I buy sacks of food. I don't buy small amounts. I get sacks delivered at a time. And
right.
hedgehog food. I have a thriving colony of hedgehogs.
Excellent. I have several hedgehogs in the garden. They like to dig a nice little tunnel underneath my back gate.
Lovely.
I've got 4.
Oh, you should put it in there,
houses.
a permanent
3.
fitting for them.
Yeah,
I love your hedgehogs. I love hedgehogs.
yeah. They're cool, aren't they? Placid little creatures. So these two have been
Makes a lot
together.
of noise when they're having sex.
Oh, nice. I've never watched any hedgehog porn, so I'm not really that sure.
I used to hear them in Wales quite a lot.
Why
I lived in the
were they
Wales
having
in
sex
Wales.
inside a whale?
No, when I lived in Wales, they were often in the hedgerows up and down the Welsh countryside.
Sure, that wasn't the Welsh. Oh, right, okay. Anyway,
No, you could
where...
tell by the different tone of screaming.
Oh, right, I see. So, these two, a bit like Randy Hedgehogs, have been together all night.
A long time, haven't they? They've
Yeah.
been at this, nibbling at each other.
Right.
Clearly enjoying it because they don't want to separate. Who's that? And Mark's just behind them. The JB. No, JB is doing pretty good here.
Yeah, these two have got together now as well. So this is Mark Draper and Alex Savillano-Ledo.
Well, is Mark still making progress up the field?
He is, yeah. Mark.
Right, so it's
well,
gaining.
Mark's back in his start position, but he's had other cars like disappear out from in front of him. The likes of Logan, for instance, obviously.
Yeah.
JB,
Yes.
JB's gone to pit road. Why would JB? Oh, because he pitted very, very early, didn't he? Yeah, he had to for damage after that incident at the start. So this is his actual scheduled stop. So he'll go to the end now.
What do you reckon for second stops then?
I don't know. I don't know whether Christopher Smith is right about Jamie Jeffrey. Jamie Jeffrey could be nursing a one-stop strategy here. He did come out of the gas, and he let a lot of cars go very easily.
Yes,
The
he
clues
did.
are there. The clues are there. This
he
is
did
gonna
do that.
Yeah, this is. I can hear you rubbing your hands. Because this is going to be a tasty prospect for the end. It's not the tasty prospect we wanted to watch. I don't think we wanted to watch a proper duel between Stephen Walker and Logan McKinsey.
Logan. Yes, we did.
But not to be. Would a podium now give Jamie P2 in the championship? Asks Chris. I don't know that if something bad happened to Stephen Walker, he couldn't win this. Let me have a look at the points again. I'm just going to have a look on my screen. So, he was 105 points behind. If he won, and Stephen came third, the points difference would be... I think Stephen would have to drop a lot further back than that. I don't think there's enough points. When he gets P2 in the championship, though, it's a good point. I suppose it's possible now that Logan isn't going to score very highly at all. And his incident points will fight even harder against him if he's got any. I think Jamie Jeffrey P2 is definitely a possibility given that we're on double points for this evening. The Pro-Am and Am systems have worked really well again this season, says David Ayres. He's not wrong, is he? Done very well.
No, I just think it was an outstanding idea.
Yeah.
That's come to fruition, and perfectly. I don't think it could be worked out better over is this second or third season we've had this?
Second season.
Yeah. So I don't think it could have been better, Pete. As far as I can tell, it's just when you allotted the drivers, you got one wrong out of everybody. You had to change one, I think, and that was it from the very first layout that you did when you assigned the places. It was amazing that you got them so bang on.
Chris.
And it's just been absolutely. It's electrified the league.
Where has Kristen
In
Needham
a
gone?
way that.
Oh dear, Kristen Needham has ended up in the
what's
pits
happening?
because of this, I think. What's happened here? He's on his own. Has it already happened? Whatever it is. Technical issue.
Oh no!
That looks to me like a VR failure.
Oh, that is the going in a straight line to doom, isn't it?
Yeah,
We've seen that before.
there's nothing before that, so it's not like it's like...
We've seen this runway effect happen to people. We've seen that twice before, and I saw it with David
Oh,
as
what's
well.
this one? Bad things are happening. Why isn't it letting me have that replay? This is a replay of a crash with Renee.
Oh no.
Oh, he's going to loop it. That's a crash according to SDK.
Oh.
Unless...
Not really a crash, is it?
No.
Unless somebody runs into it.
Well, that's what my fear was.
Oh, please not. Please. Oh.
Right, so not a real crash then. Thanks, SDK, for making me worry about nothing. Chris Needham's car is repaired, but I don't know whether he can see out of the window of it. Oh, he's going
come
again.
On, Chris. Come on, matey.
That has to be a technical failure, doesn't it?
Yes. Oh no, that's absolutely his car. We've seen that before, where the driver loses his signal and the car just goes straight on.
Yeah.
It's it's the iRacing signal drops out, and that's what happens, isn't it? Bang, they just go in a straight line. Or we've seen exactly the same thing twice before. This is the third time I've seen it. Distinctly recognisable. It might be that I've seen it before, but where somebody's gone in a straight line long enough that you can see they've got no control of the car or the direction it's going.
Yeah. Anthony Hilton, I think is definitely going to end up in Pro-Am next season. He should end up winning this series, the Am series. This season.
I think so. He's been consistently the quality of the field this season. I think it's been turning up and winning a vast amount of the races.
Yeah, and you can see that the floor is now on fire, folks, as the sun starts to set. I can't even say that. At Interlagos. I did say this race would run into darkness.
That's very poetic, Pete.
It is.
Sun starts to set at Interlagos. Very beautiful.
Brilliant. Right, so Naveed Hussain is your race leader still. He leads by 6.1 seconds over Stephen Walker. Now that lead has dropped.
By 1 second in about half an hour.
Yes. Now I wonder whether Naveed is fuel saving in order to counteract whatever Jamie Jeffries is attempting. Don't know. Daniel Mills is staying with Stephen Walker. He's less than a second behind him. Stephen really doesn't need to threaten his own championship hopes here. And then we go back 8 whole seconds back to Jamie Jeffrey, who is turning pretty good laps actually. Slower.
Yeah, it's wherever it was that slowed him down has receded.
Well, let's have a
Happily.
look. Let's have a look at where he's coming out of the gas for corners. He is fuel saving like a beast, like an absolute beastie legend. That is a lot of fuel saving.
You could probably say that he hasn't got any choice.
Well, yeah, he's got to do something.
Because everybody else is, aren't they?
Yeah.
All his peers are out there fuel saving like beasties.
Yeah, so he's
what
got...
are you going to do? You kind of... Your arm's twisted, isn't it? By the fact that you know that everybody else is doing that.
Yeah, and Naveed, I think, is doing the same thing. So let's jump on board with Naveed. Hard to tell at Junkao.
This is a difficult corner. And how's he going to get the... Oh, well, he's carrying the pace up the hill. He doesn't want to lose that, does he?
No. I would ignore the sounds, because they sound very weird in the Audi, always. Sounds jumpy all the time. So let's have a look when he goes into turn 1. No, that's standard. So he's not that bothered about saving fuel, but he has dropped a little bit more time. Oh, hang on. Jura Larkin. Oh, that's Renee trying to get through on Anthony. That's a big crash. Seen live. Right, we're going to have to watch that again, because that was pretty dramatic. So, side by side.
Oh, and they look so beautiful there, like that. Racing together, don't they? Gorgeous liveries and no.
I have to say, I think that was on Renee. He came across the front of a car. He would have been getting shouts to stay to the right, car left, all that business. He's come across the front of the car, and that's the end result. Only my opinion, but that is a very unhappy looking car.
Yeah. When I don't know what his field of view is, but when cars are at side of you, they're really, you don't get a lot of the cars. You don't get much of a fault there. So you can see in there.
Yeah, so then he's
At
this
least
way, and he's coming across the track. Well, that one, when you look at it on board, you think it's almost like he's been crashed into, but you look at it from the top, and it looks like he came across the front of Anthony Hilton's car. So maybe we put that down as a racing incident. I don't know, but there's only 3 wheels on his wagon, and I don't
guess
see it
that's
continuing.
the drivers to decide.
It is. It is. I am already
Generally,
live.
these drivers are very mature people, mature, sensitive, and intelligent people. So, and they conduct themselves accordingly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
When it flicks over to night, it always catches me out. The track changes colour and the frame rate drops. Oh, right.
oh,
That's what Christopher Smith is saying on the chat.
interesting.
He'll be shouting, obviously, for Daniel Mills, his teammate, who is currently
Yes.
on a podium ride.
Well, I'm shouting for Daniel Mills as well. Who wouldn't be?
Yeah, Anthony Hilton had to enter the pits to repair his car after that.
That was a fantastic drive. Yes.
And Renee has rejoined the race. He used his fast repair and he's going again. So
Good man. Well done, Renee.
yeah, he's actually not lost very much in the way of position. He's lost 1 position.
Yeah, come on, matey. Get it back. You've still got plenty of time here. He's had a great season.
He has. It's been a really professional season. Andrew Littler has now caught up with Chris Dixon and has got ahead of Fiona, who has been to pit road again. In fact, there's been a few secondary visits to pit road, all at the same time. So I guess that's scheduled stops, is it? Yeah, it has to be. So we've got some splash and dash going on as Naveed goes round again. He's dropped his pace, I have to say. He's doing 143. Oh, no, he's not. Ignore me. He's just put in a 142.7. So he's going as fast as everybody is behind him. The notable exception of drivers, and I have to say, Christopher Smith, good eyes, is this boy, Jamie Jeffrey, doing 144s. At some point, he's going to have to put his foot down because he needs to get a number of seconds equal to or less than a pit stop between him and the lead car in order to win this race. But that unicorn-powered Elantra, if anybody can do it, it can.
No, I imagine he's got a very shrewd idea of how many seconds that needs to be.
Yeah, I would expect so, yeah. There's lots of telemetry available to these drivers now. So, yeah.
Because you don't want to be doing that on a leap in the dark, do you?
No.
I mean, you are risking running out of fuel. It does happen.
Yeah.
"20 minutes to go, and Stephen has got the lead at 5.7 seconds to Naveed now. That has been fairly static.
It's about the same for quite a number of laps. They are lapping very close to one another. Stephen a bit slower on that last lap than Naveed, so it's a bit yo-yo-y, moving in and out of that 5 to 6 second mark. Daniel Mills is the one making the most forward progress, but whether he can manage to do whatever the fuel saving is that the rest are doing at the minute, I'm not sure. Again, I think the car to watch possibly is Jamie Jeffrey. You've got to wonder, because he has gone over the line with vapors quite a few times in the past. Maybe he's just fuel saving so he can get there. We'll have to see as Mark Draper goes in for, is this a scheduled stop or is this a naughty boy visit? I think this is a naughty boy visit. Something tells
Mark's
me
the kind of driver that might well pick one of those up. You know?
Yeah, there we go. A driver's shame for Mr. Draper. He's not going to lose a position, I don't think, because the next car behind him is 20 seconds behind him. So
He enjoys his driving, so
yeah, he's going to be loving this, isn't he?
there's plenty of juice on that bone for him. It doesn't surprise me to see him doing that.
Chris Dixon and Andy Littler having a scrap down here for points within the AM Championship.
Yes, and it's fiercely contested. There might be work guard. I mean, I'm a work guard. I have it printed through my bones like Blackpool Rock.
Well, Harry George.
But, they're racing hard, just because we're the same squad and everything.
Yeah.
They're certainly racing within the squad.
So Harry George is ahead of those guys, getting flashed at by PVG at the minute because he will be getting blue flags. He's going to give room. Yeah, he's giving room. Nice. Like that. Well done.
Yeah, well, the artist have let the guy pass, but without losing any time yourself.
Well, yeah, that's the golden moment, isn't it? And if you can stay with the car that's just overtaken you, just get a few more tenths.
You can get a couple of tenths out of it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty deft at doing that, to be honest.
Good.
It's because I've had a vast amount of practice.
Yeah. Right, back here. This is for position. This is Chris Needham, who's got up with Anthony Hilton. Anthony a bit wobbly coming off the corner, but Chris Needham's got that done now.
Well,
Nice overtake in the end. It's good.
yeah, so Anthony, look at the gap. Anthony seemed to ease off.
Yeah, he might have got to the end of his tyre life.
Certainly, Chris got by effortlessly there, didn't he?
He did end up having to pit for damage after that crash with Renee. Renee's still circulating. Matt Flannery to pit road and box the car. So this one's a scheduled stop with 15 minutes to go by the time he leaves. He's ready to go because he's revving the car. So that's him serviced and out. He's lost. He's lost a position there to a couple of cars, has he? Nearly a couple of. Oh no, where is Alex Lado? No, it's not Alex Lado. I'm being stupid. It's JB Endura, and Matt Flannery is going to filter out right behind them. So this is a battle that's going to brew nicely. Anthony Hilton to pit road. What? He's just been in for repairs. So we got a drive of shame.
Oh no!
Yeah, that car's driving straight through.
Yes.
Is that another Big Mac, Chris? I think it's another Big Mac. I think someone was saying that. Who said the Big Mac thing?
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was Chris Smith. Casper Smirnoff, he's come in for a scheduled stop, so this is his final stop of the day.
He gets free onions.
Free onions, right? Good. Now,
awesome today.
yeah, this is going to be a real good three-way battle. This. And where's my battle box gone? Every time I go to a replay, it gets rid of it. There we go. So lights are on. The headlights are now on as the light diminishes. Let's jump on board with. Is that Harry George in it? Harry George for a second visit to the incident room.
That's unfortunate for Harry.
It is. It's just what happens at Interlagos these days with the new track restrictions. So on board with Matt Flannery.
I'm not sure how well I'd do with an hour and 20 minutes of driving around here, Pete, to be honest.
Definitely not me.
I think I would succumb to a number of these. I'm very used to the old track the way it was. That's heavily embedded in my firmament, and the new one isn't.
No.
Still, this braking through this corner is still the same. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful corner.
Yeah,
when you get it right, it's gorgeous, but it's so difficult to get every part of it just right.
It is. It draws you in. Even a little bit of extra speed, and you are going super wide. It's almost off camber feel to it. And if you're side by side with another car, as these two in front were, and we're going to get
Oh,
stuck into
this
this
is
now.
a gorgeous section of track.
Oh,
It's just absolutely beautiful through here.
Yeah, come on, JB, get back alongside.
You rev the
Get
arse off
racing.
that car.
Yeah. JB's done well there. Managed to stay ahead, being a bit generous with the room, if anything. But JB's a gentleman driver. Needs to get alongside and get drive in. He's going to get mugged here if he gets on the grass. That's nice.
Oh.
Like it. He's going to get good drive. This is we might as well just drive around with Matt Flannery for the rest of the race. I mean, this is too good to miss. Ringside seat or what? JB holding it.
Really great, skillful driving.
By
From
all three of these,
Or you would say are further down the grid, but there's nothing lackluster or off colour or lacking in any of these drivers.
No way. JB giving room, but also maintaining speed. He may end up losing out by the end of this straight. Jura is giving a massive toe to Matt Flannery, but Matt Flannery's got nowhere to go. Wonderful bit of racing.
Yeah, fantastic stuff.
Matt
Bit
Flannery
wide there.
out
It's
in the
very easy
wild.
to get wide. It's just,
Yeah.
And this is a tricky corner coming up.
We've seen a few
Oh, they
incidents.
singled up nicely there. I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, we're seeing loads of incidents at Ferradura this evening. You don't normally see that many at that particular point on the track. Right, Daniel Mills has etched away slowly at Stephen Walker's lead over him. It's now down to nearly half a second, or just over half a second, I should say. And we've got Naveed leading now by just 4.6 seconds, so that's come down quite a lot.
Yeah, well, yes, he's managed to knock another second off.
Yeah, Andy Littler to pit road. I'm guessing this is going to be straight through.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Yeah, it is. Let's go back to that battle again. As we were-ish. JB wants his 9th place back from Jura.
I suppose you could say the people who pitting to do their drives of shame are on an incline because eventually everyone would be driving through, wouldn't they? To get them out here long enough.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be doing one, but they're the ones who've succumbed first.
Yeah, a bit rugged from JB.
But we've seen more drives of shame tonight than I recall ever seeing.
Right, this is interesting. Naveed into the pits for a scheduled stop. Where is Jamie Jeffrey? And Naveed is rolling. Naveed's going to get out before Jamie Jeffrey can get round.
Yeah.
By a long way.
Well, he deserves to.
Naveed has pulled a blinder there. That is spot on. His lead is diminished, but he's going to be 4 seconds, maybe 3 point something.
Oh, this is important, isn't it?
It is. Bragging rights on offer here. No championship deciding stuff. Stephen Walker will pick up a lead lap point. Not that it makes much difference, I don't think. Unless he's got a huge sack full of incident points. Mark Draper, scheduled stop for him.
So this is given Jan almost given him a second place, hasn't he?
At the minute, but I think he's got to pit probably either this
has he
lap or
got
the
to pit
next.
still?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
still
such a shame.
9 minutes of racing to go.
Oh.
Chances are both of these cars have got to visit pit road.
Yes, well, how long does that take? 'Cause it's 17 seconds to Naveed.
Well, here no, I thought they were coming in. That's how deceiving these lines are on this track. Mark Draper, only just moving now, right? Okay, I thought there was something to worry about there. How long does a pit stop take? 40, 30? Well, there's lots of people doing different lengths of pit stop, actually. Secondary pit stops, 30 seconds.
Okay. Well, they've only got half of that. So
Yeah,
they're
Shane.
going to be lacking in terms of the race.
Yeah, Shane Newport shouting for Jamie Jeffrey. I think he's still going to have to fuel save, which means that Naveed is only going to pull away. But Jamie may well be on for a podium. He pitted later than everyone else. He was exiting the pits, as Christopher Smith noted, on the 40th minute, which means he's got the ability to get to the end. It's just how
He could have
much.
second place, couldn't he?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it depends on these two.
Oh, crikey. Still a hell of a drive by Dan Mills. Absolutely fantastic drive by him. I mean, Stephen, you expect to be so accomplished.
Yeah. So, sorry, I was just reading Christopher Smith's message, which is, I think we're getting low on onions now. For the burgers, for all the drive-throughs.
Yeah, well, we've never seen anything like this, Marcus. I mean, we could definitely have a league championship of drive-throughs now.
Here we go. Right. So, where is Jamie Jeffrey? Because I think Naveed, unless something dramatic goes wrong, like he gets taken out by a back marker or does something silly or loses connection, I think he's got this one nicely sewn up, with Jamie Jeffrey 5 seconds behind him.
Looking to be... are they going to do a splash and dash?
They have done the splashiest of dashes, and Stephen Walker's going to come out very, very close to Naveed. I didn't foresee this. Almost side by side. And Naveed's having to go defensive. We've got a race for the end. After 80 minutes, well, 73 minutes, this is where we're at. Still fighting for the top spot. And Daniel Mills, not that far behind. Jamie Jeffrey, still in with a shout, but I think if he's still having a fuel save, that's his race, 4th place. He's got a massive gap behind him. There's no threat from behind him. Kasper Smirnoff is 21 seconds.
He's got to find 4 seconds to catch Dan. Is that right? That's not going to be easy.
Correct.
Dan's had plenty of pace tonight.
Yeah. In fact, the top 3, if Stephen starts scrapping with Naveed, the top 3 are going to be together very quickly, and we could get a proper race for the end of this race. Wasn't the one that we necessarily wanted to see, but this is what we've got.
And we've got drivers who have worked pretty hard to be where they are at this moment, and well done to them.
Yeah, I think we've got some sweaty drivers, because this has been a toughie.
It certainly has. It's hard on the nerves as well, Pete, isn't it?
It is for me.
I'll come over and tickle you later.
Excellent. Love a good tickle.
Now, what's going to happen here, Peter? Would you like to make a prediction?
I think Stephen's going to want to go out on a high, and he's going to make a move before the end of this race. He's going to be aware that that Daniel Mills is right behind. I know they said Christopher Smith because that's the Daniel Mills fan club tonight. Of course, Rob Sutherland's here for the Daniel Mills party as well.
Well, that's good because clearly he's responded to their support because
Yeah.
fantastic performance by him.
Podium on the cards. Jamie Jeffrey not losing time, just not gaining any. It's been 5.3 seconds, 5.4 seconds the whole way around that last lap. So he'll be wanting to keep in it just in case there's some mistakes made.
Yes. If we could close the gap, he would be happier, I'm sure.
Yeah. Daniel Mills has got the fan boost, according to Matthew Rzepka.
There's nothing causing Naveed and Stephen to hold back. So Naveed's going to be going pretty hard as he can, conducive for keeping his line.
Yeah, I wonder if Naveed expected Stephen to come out there. I wonder if he thought, I've done my bit now. I've got this in the bag. And then, what the hell is that coming out of the pits next to me? It's going to be an interesting conversation.
Than we are. He probably wasn't counting his chickens.
Yeah. Chris Dixon's just overtaken Fee for 15th place. He'd have got reverse pole if we were on a sprint.
Oh, Stephen's trying that move.
I thought he might go for this. He's got this plus one more, I think.
He will certainly make an attempt. There's no doubt about that.
He's gone for it.
I mean,
round the
it's a
outside.
sublime overtaker, but Navid's a sublime defender.
Yeah, round the outside at Decido de Largo. I don't know that there's enough room to do that. Lovely racing from the pair of them.
Nobody's going to lift.
Up to Ferradura.
Can they get round here?
Stephen's going to get
He's
this.
got it, surely.
He's going to get it, is he? Yes.
Yes, he's got damage.
Navid may well have an answer for that. Because they've got this lap plus one more. And
Yes, well, you know, he can try and do exactly the same on the next lap.
Well, the Audi's...
The
Audi's a beat... Oh, look at Daniel Mills as well. He's on this now. Navid, in that Audi, we know how good it is out at corners. We know how much tarmac it can munch up as long as it's got a straight road to go on. And this may well be his opportunity to snap back. Going to jump on board, see if we can see Barney getting tennis elbow.
This is going to suit the Audi up here, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think we're going to get two.
I mean, this is actually probably the weak point of the Honda.
Chris Needham out of the way. White flag. We're on the last lap. Chris Needham out of the way. He got flashed down by Stephen Walker and reacted to it from distance. That's good.
The Audi didn't
did
any ground.
Where is Daniel Mills when all this is going on? Not that far behind. They're gapping Jamie Jeffrey by a massive amount now. He's dropped 2 seconds in 2 laps. Not got the fuel on board. But only one that tried a one-stop. So hats off to him.
Yeah.
Nearly worked.
Yes, absolutely. And it's to be congratulated for trying it and trying a different tactic, trying to change the zeitgeist.
Yeah, I think if there was more congestion at the start, I think that probably would have worked for him. I don't know whether he's gone out at speed at the start of the race and then decided, you know what, the only way I'm going to do this now is to change tactics, and maybe it was a bit too late on the calendar in order to do it. But you've got to say, Stephen Walker has now gapped Navid right at the death of the race, and Daniel Mills, depends on how much fuel Navid's having to save, as Stephen Walker, we're going to have to watch him, because unless he's got an absolute massive bucket full of incident points, he is about to take not just the race win, but the championship victory. I'm guessing that flashing of lights means it's all good in the Walker household tonight. And there it is. Your new champion is crowned. Also an old champion, because he's won this series multiple times before. But it's a bit like the film Highlander. There can be only one, and this time it is Stephen Walker. Battle's still raging around the track though, and this is Casper. Would love a top 5, but that is the property right now of Alex Savillano-Lado, but only just.
So many Titanic scores up and down the field.
Yeah, and even this one's going to go to the wire, because Matt Flannery has been munching up the mileage behind JB, and this is for position, this is for 9th place. And they can see 8th place, because that's Jura Larkinen, who's slowly pulled away from this little tussle in the dying embers of the race.
Well, that's perfect timing for the dying embers of this this season's bottle of scotch.
Absolutely.
I couldn't have timed that better, could I?
Not really, that was perfect. It's almost like you measured it out.
There. Cheers.
Cheers to you. And that was as close as you like. JB one position happier than Matt Flannery at the end there. That's the best way to describe it. Chris Dixon's already over the line, is he? Yeah. Everybody's finished, right? Okay. Wow. A dramatic finish. Maybe not the dramatic finish we wanted, but dramatic nonetheless. Fantastic for all these drivers to have turned up. 22 of them for the last race of the season. JB giving Dura a little nudge for a big thank you for racing him, I'm sure. It was just an intimate touch. And all the drivers making their way back to Parc Fermé. Absolutely gutted for Logan, says Ian Bertolucci.
Yes.
Completely echo that. Absolutely echo that.
Yes, indeed. It was. It wasn't the last. Wasn't the ending to the season that we wanted or expected. Very unfortunate for everybody, really. Nobody comes out something like that feeling very happy about it, do they?
No.
We're all miserable.
Yeah. Just answer Tommy Battel's question: has a Pro-Am ever won before? The answer is no. We've only ever had pro victors.
But it is a new thing.
It is a new thing.
It was a time where, there was only one. This is only the second season where we've had this distinction. So it could happen. I mean, we've seen. Look where Dan is.
Yep.
He's certainly got the talent and the ability to be a credible threat and a chance at winning the title if he keeps racing with us. He's going to be a pro next year, but
yeah,
there could be somebody lurking there, just about to pop out. Really great ability, and they're going to be a pro next season, but they're actually in the Pro-Ams this season. They've just joined. I could see it happening. They just need a combination of circumstance, and I don't think it would be that unusual combination of circumstance.
Yeah, Matthew Rzepska says the drivers are fuel saving and you're Scotch saving. As the work guard cars.
I only drink. This is my gift whiskey is has sentimental values to me. It's a gift that Pete gives me every season, and I only drink it when I'm on race night with Pete, and it just balances out. Actually, it's just how much Scotch I tend to drink of an evening. It's not just this evening. I have multiple bottles of Scotch. Thank you very much.
So, David Ayres says congratulations to all the champions, another fantastic season of racing, and thanks me for some reason, and for having a go at commentating. Thank you very much, David. Your comments are loaded with something. Acumen, yeah. Well, let's go with acumen. Matthew Rzepska says thanks to you and me. And David says thanks to you, Alan, for your wonderful insights and commentary, which I will also do now. Well, that's on topic. It's always wonderful to have you in the booth. Laura O'Connor.
Honestly, Pete, that means an awful lot to me. That's very kind of you.
It means an awful lot to me that you rock up and make the broadcast more professional. Right, let's have a look at the finishing order, shall we? Of the race. So show that. Oh, look at that, it worked the first time. It's like I've done it before. Stephen Walker will be the happiest lucky boy in Lucky Land because he has won tonight by 0.6 of a second over for Spectre 6, I should say. He's also romped away with the championship in the end due to circumstances which we would have preferred to avoid. Naveed Hussain brought the car home in second place for Hydra Race Geodesic Racing White. And Daniel Mills, top AM-class driver and another podium for him for RD Simsport. Great performance, absolutely spectacular there in third. Jamie Jeffrey did the only attempt that we saw tonight for a one-stopper, and in a different type of race, I think that would have worked. And I think if he'd gone out right at the start to do that, which I don't think he did, then he would have pulled that off 4th place for him for coupes and convertibles racing. Well done. I know he doesn't like the track, so it probably.
Scoring has ended.
Oh, didn't know that was a thing.
Oh.
I've never heard that one before. Alex Savillano Lado finished in 5th place. Great result for Hydro Race Racing
good drive
Forces.
for Alex.
Seeing as he was involved in a kerfuffle at the beginning with Simon Trendle, that's a pretty good recovery. Kasper Smirnoff, 2nd in Pro-Am class, 6th on track for Apex 1. Great
second,
driving. Yeah.
Second to Dan, who's pro quality written all over him, clearly.
Yeah, basically
I
a win.
think Casper basically won the pro-ams tonight.
Yeah.
And look at that, he's got some worthy opposition there, so
Certainly
well done
has.
to Casper.
Yeah, absolutely. Hats off to Casper. Pete Van Gool nearly got banned for flashing his lights before the race even started, but 7th place and 3rd in class for Result X Pure Sims Esports. Jero Larkinen finished 8th for Hydro Race Racing Forces. Another great performance. He was how many positions up from the start? 9 positions up from the start.
Wow.
Good effort. JB Dejoux finished 9th for BSTV Pink. Had a real dramatic race, up 5 places from his start position as well. Well done to you. Matt Flannery 10th for Hydro Race Geodesic. Mark Draper in his first race back with us. Drive through, probably put pay to his finishing position, but 11th overall for him. It's really good, isn't it? You know, for a guest race. Chris Needham. Sorry, go on.
That's, well, you know, to actually come in and slot yourself in the top 10 in this field at this part of the season when everybody's really raced in and on their cutting edge and finely honed. Oh, it's pretty impressive, you know.
Oh, and he got busted for speeding in pit lane as well. He's just put it on the chat. So double trouble for Mark Draper.
That's so Mark
It
Draper.
really is, but yeah, we'll skip straight past that. We'll go dancing past that one. Chris Needham finished 12th overall for Air Smart Racing, and where's his racing partner Pete Van Gool? Well, it was after that crash, wasn't it? Which was clearly a technical issue. But anyway.
Oh yeah, straight ahead.
Yeah, and your AM champion has to be Anthony Hilton, top of the class again tonight, 13th overall. Mellow Motorsport. I think he's going to move up next season.
Certainly, he should be. He's clearly the wrong colour there, and congratulations to him.
Yeah.
Fantastic season he's had, and it's not been easy.
No, it hasn't.
People have turned up and raced him every week.
Yeah, Rene Earhart, we'll call him the pinball after tonight because he was all over the place all night. 14th for Cutting Coney TCR team. 15th and 2nd in class was Chris Dixon for Work Guard by result, who led his teammate Fiona over the line in 16th, and his teammate, her teammate as well, Andy Littler over the line in 17th. Harry George finished 18th for Intercontinental Sim Racing Group. And then we had those classified after crashes or non-starts. So Logan McKinsey, such a shame, 19th classified for Sim Racing Grid. Stefan Goebel, 20th for VTS Esports. Simon Trendle, 21st for Team Chimera, and did not start. Sam Blees for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing White. So
Actually, he comes 22nd and it doesn't even start. It's so amazing, honestly.
brilliant, love it. Right, let's go and find ourselves the start of that race so that we can have it running in the background whilst we
Ooh, cool.
start talking to what is probably
There's a lot
quite
to enjoy
cute.
in that race.
Absolutely was. Right, Stephen, and we'll change the camera to the one where you zoom.
Now, you
zoom
have to
up.
excuse me. I need to go and
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll start the.
tend to nature. You struck on, my dear.
Thank you very much. I shall. Right, what's that saying there? Right, not that many in the booth at the minute, so we're going to obviously speak to the luckiest man in Lucky Town, and he's going to be the happiest man in Happy Town. Stephen Walker, good evening.
Hola.
Hola. We just crowned yourself, I think, unless you tell me now that you've got somewhere in the region of 200 incident points.
Nearly.
After last week's departure from the race and you convincing yourself that you were nowhere near the victory, you came into this race with just 4 points separating you from Logan. I'm sure you were eager and itching to have a race right to the end, but on this occasion, that wasn't to be.
No, I'm not 100% sure what happened. I know that he got caught up with someone else, and it's a shame that awareness has cost us the chance to take that to the last lap, because that's what it would have gone down. No one would have known what is going to happen until the very last lap. So that's a shame that that's happened. I really feel for him because he was playing it very smart, very tactically.
He was. You you got shuffled back after a little tussle with him, and you did the right thing. You
Yeah.
pulled over. You had to let another couple of cars go because that was the safe thing to do. And then he realised what you were doing, and then kind of called your bluff, as it were. I don't know how well that would have worked because he dropped behind RD Simsport's Daniel Mills in order to do some fuel saving of his own.
When I was behind him, he was fuel saving. The
Right.
only reason why I went for that move in the first corner is because the 2 laps before that, he very aggressively lifted off,
Right.
and it caught me out both times, so I didn't have time to make a move. So I was like, right, make sure I get a really good run down the straight. It was from too far back, but I was expecting him to lift off stupidly early, and I would just
Sail
go through.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
obviously, because I was making a move, he didn't, so I get it. I did think there was enough room for both of us to go through there. I'm not going to deny it was a send, because it definitely was. But at the same time, it was a little bit ambiguous. So
Well, I described
I
it
was
as
making my mind up round the corners. I was like, was it sketchy? Was it? Screw it. So it was borderline.
Yeah.
It was aggressive. I'll give it that. But like I say, the only reason why I did it because I thought he was gonna lift off where he had before. So I realised too late that he hadn't, and I feel like I did the right thing by giving it up. I didn't want
without a doubt.
to. If it had fallen out, if it had fallen that way that he'd won, that I'd won it based on that, I wouldn't have wanted that. So I would rather take the risk. And everyone else that we were around were really good. There was a few times when I felt it was a bit dangerous. People parking it on the apexes in a scary position. That was not fun. But at the same time, it's part of racing. You have to adapt. But I'm as annoyed as Logan is that it's been decided in the way it has, because his tactics, I think, would have lent to him finishing in front of me. Don't know exactly where. Obviously, we'll never know where he would have come out. But yeah, I'm gutted for him because I still think he probably would have won that. But you can only race what the race is, and I could have had a bigger points lead the last couple of races had I not had really big incidents with other people. So it's swingies and roundies, as everyone likes to say.
Yeah, it can be, and it is. You're magnanimous and humble in your victory because it was so close tonight. Either one of you could have taken that with any kind of mishap. Too many incident points might have made the difference. Not enough lead laps might have made the difference. The fastest lap I think you got.
I got the fastest lap, and I was annoyed when we pitted and he carried on because I was like, well, he's going to get lead points laps, and I didn't have that many incident points at that point, so I was like, this is going to make all the difference.
Yeah.
Like, I think if I should have looked at the points beforehand and doubled them. I think if I was behind him, it would have definitely gone down to bonus points, and I was gutted I didn't get pole position as well, because that would have been 3.
It would, yeah.
Or 2, is it 2 or 3?
3.
I can't remember.
3 in this league.
3,
Yeah.
yeah. So thanks to Jamie Jeffrey for ruining the show for that. I don't know if he had a toe or not, but if he didn't, his lap was mega. So yeah, I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. I think over the course of the season, my car I've done some of the best driving I've ever done, and I felt quick this season, quicker than I ever have. I just feel like, with all that and just less incident. I think I've got over 100 more incident points than anyone else.
Right.
Some of them obviously are my fault, but I wouldn't say that all of them are my fault.
Right. Yeah.
So if you take off 100 incident points and I've got an average incident points of like 50 or 60, then I would have had a lot bigger lead going into the last round. But I've partly only got myself to blame, and we are racing. We're not here to.
I'm back. Can I
true.
put in because I want to congratulate Stephen on his not just tonight, but on the whole season. Like he says, is an outstanding pace this season, and it's been a vision to watch. Yeah, so I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed your racing and your driving, Stephen. Fantastic.
Thanks,
I've
Simon.
proved that you've won, and I just want to say, your act in feeling not 100% happy about the overtake that you made and giving up the lead to put yourself in fourth place. I think that's just was such the spirit of the league, and such a credit to you. And I just want to congratulate you on that because I think it was fantastic.
No, thanks. I mean, obviously it all worked out now. If it had gone the other way, maybe I wouldn't have been so magnanimous. But ultimately, I would not have wanted to win it that way.
No,
because
exactly. No, you wouldn't, and
it's fine.
it would have cheapened the whole thing for you. And that's just your character. And yeah, it shines through in those moments. I just wanted everyone to know that that was a very considerable thing to do, and yeah, on the spur of the moment, that comes from the inside. Yeah, brilliant, very admirable, Stephen.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Even Matthew Rozepka said he'd have probably just carried on driving. But anyway, have you made room on your mantelpiece for a block of wood? Have you
Yeah,
made room
it's-
for my wood?
It's your wood is always welcome in my in the crack of my mantle.
Yeah.
It's going next to my third place from a couple of seasons ago.
Ah,
so
cool.
I can't remember the last time I won a championship. So I mean, I know quite a few people missed around, but might missed a few rounds. But I mean, it's been the same the other way around. So I'll take it, and then we'll all start again from zero in a couple of weeks.
We will, and I think it's a
Yeah.
13 race season next season, because of leap year and all that business. So
Yeah, I think so.
let's look forward to that. Obviously, you've got a really difficult decision to make now, which is your champion's choice of tracks for next season.
Oh yeah,
Oh dear,
Ah.
it's all going to go bad
Detroit.
for me.
Chicago. Give me walls and give me walls that
Yeah,
are super close.
Kota West. Who was that? Was that Sam Blaze? It was, wasn't it? He needs to.
I think
he
so.
needs to-
I missed that week, so maybe we'll go back there because I like that track.
Oh my God! What?
Well, I like that version of it. I don't like the full version.
Right. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Who does? But yes, you are now our newly crowned champion of TCR Challenge Cup from BSTV. Season 17 and season 18 awaits you to try and defend it. Anybody you want to shout out to and thank before we let you go and start celebrating with some simulated champagne? Obviously, if your employer is watching, it's low alcohol, okay?
It's alright. It's a week off this week. It's fine.
Oh, in that case, go for it.
Yeah, no, yeah, just obviously you guys putting on the league, we wouldn't obviously have anywhere to race if you didn't do that. So massive shout out to the effort and everything that you put on, and Carl for hosting all the practice sessions, and yeah, just the rest of the league. I know there's been a few incidents up and down, but in general, the atmosphere is good and sportsmanship is quite high. So just a shout out to everyone that races, and yeah, it's just been great fun. Like Naveed, tried to help me out tonight. Appreciate that. My brother for being my cheerleader, obviously, and I missed his race engineering tonight. I could have done with that. I need to send him a message, but he's been there. This and then yeah, just everyone, just the guys. Big shout out to Logan. He's super quick. I wouldn't have ever put myself being able to compete with him before this season, whether it's the cars or the setups or whatever. It really shook things up. I just feel like I might have got a handle on it a little bit better at this moment than some other people. But in different cars next season, obviously everyone's starting again. It'll just be as close and as tight as ever. I'm not expecting to be that quick, but yeah, just shout out to everyone. It's been great.
Awesome stuff. In that case, we will let you go and move some other trophies and certificates just to one side ever so slightly.
Yeah, keep dreaming. It's just the third place one from the other time.
In order to make room for, honestly, it's 11 foot tall. It's going to cost me a fortune to get that thing in a truck.
What about the trophy though?
Hey, I'm not folding mine in half for anybody. And we will see you next season. the luckiest man in the Lucky Dome, Stephen Walker, everybody.
Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, Stephen.
Gracias.
Ooh, cut him off. Oops. Not the first time I've done that.
Well, I heard the crap, yes.
Yeah, I did too. Right then, next into the booth, we're going to bring in. Yep, I did move the right guy. That's good. Second place finisher for tonight, Naveed Hussain. Good evening.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, how are you doing? You good?
Hello.
Yeah, tip top.
Tip top. Right, a few things. You were very quick out the blocks. You and Jamie Jeffrey absolutely went for it at the beginning, and I think he eventually realised what was going on behind and decided to change strategy. I don't know that, but I'm guessing that's what happened. How incredibly surprised were you when you came sailing around the centre S's to find Stephen Walker coming out the pits right at the death of the race?
Yeah, I was pretty surprised. I thought like I'd have maybe 2-3 seconds buffer. Like after the last stop, and spotter was like car left, and I was like, okay, that's Daniel. And then
Oh dear.
and then yeah, I seen Steve, and I was like, oh, and I like you can see like through the fencing on the left, and I was like, we're neck and neck, and
Yeah.
like just because it's a little bit tighter there, he couldn't carry the speed, and I just got ahead of him, and I was like, God damn, how did he get?
Yeah, I'm sure it was
How did he
worse.
get so close?
I'm sure it was worse than damn. I don't know whether your race engineer Laura gave you any kind of, shall we say, encouragement.
No, she's useless.
Brilliant, absolutely fantastic. You are so rapid in that car. I don't know anybody that turns a lap that quick in an Audi. I don't know whether you're planning on returning to us in season 18. I certainly am hoping you will. Would there be a car change even if you did?
No, I'm
No.
gonna stick with the Audi, and yeah,
No?
I'd love to come back. It was great. So
Yeah. Well, we're not going to turn you away at all. You are some kind of talent in that car. Maybe a block of wood is coming your way next season because I think if you hadn't had like 16 weeks worth of holiday, you'd have been right up there as well. Hey?
was it 16?
I think it's either 16 or 15. One of those two is the right number.
I wish it was.
Have you had fun this season? It sounds like you have.
Oh yeah, brilliant racing with all the guys. It was the most chill, but also crazy competitive league I've been in. Everybody's just so approachable and great to race with, rapidly fast. So it's great. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Very cool. It's great to hear that, and to take a second place at the end of the season. I don't think you gave Stephen a massive fight at the end. I think you were magnanimous in not letting him go, but you gave him a good race right at the end. But I think you gave him enough room. Let's put it that way, which is always going to get our respect because things like that, they don't come cheap. To have humility even when you're as fast as someone like you. So couldn't say more positive things about you and your racing style and your racing attitude. Absolutely fantastic. Anybody?
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Well, congratulations to Stephen on putting together a great season. Congratulations on the championship. Unlucky for Logan, he drove a brilliant season as well. I'm sure he'll be back fighting next season. And thanks so much to you guys for setting up the league. It's not easy, and yeah, you make it look easy though. Yeah, thanks so much, and everybody watching and everybody who raced all season.
Awesome stuff.
Oh, that's lovely, Naveed. You've given us a lot of pleasure this season, mate. So yeah, we appreciate it, and we appreciate what you've done for us as well. It's been great, and thank you very much. And looking forward to seeing you next season, matey.
Cheers, mate. Much appreciated.
Right, next up, we're going to bring in... interesting. Right, we're going to bring in Casper Smirnoff. Good evening.
Oh,
Hello.
Hello. Great to have you racing in this race because you had some serious battles. You were quick tonight. At the very start of the race, you were in that lead group. I think there was 5 or 6 of you. Other people ended up in well, some quite big accidents along the way. But you weathered the storm. You kept with Daniel Mills for quite a long time. And then the lead pack just kind of got away from you just a little bit, didn't they?
Yeah, I think my tires just went off.
Mhm.
And to be honest, if not so for some setup, some blade. Sorry, sorry, Sam. I don't remember your surname.
All right. Okay.
Please.
Blaze.
Okay.
Yeah. Sam Blaze. Yeah.
Sam Blaze. Yeah. I would be driving on fixed setup because anything I would change in the setup, it made this car to worse.
Really?
Whoa.
Right. Okay. No.
And he showed his setups and I modified it a little bit and it was okay. It
Right.
was not super, but it was okay, it was drivable.
Right. Well, it looked bloody good from where I was sitting. I don't know about you, Alan, but I wouldn't be
Yeah, I
driving
know.
that quick.
Yeah, you certainly put it to good use. That's for sure.
Too
And
right.
to be honest, you have to be pretty superhuman to drive some setups because it is, and I think they're probably a bit on the loose side for most people.
Yeah. He likes a
So
very.
well done to that.
He likes a waggy back end, doesn't he? He likes a
does.
lively rear. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what.
Yeah, but yeah, I invited it quite a challenge. But no, you shone tonight. Yeah, you did a heck of a job. Yeah, it was yeah, it added an awful lot to the colour of the evening. That's for sure.
Very much so. I mean, there was lots of other people driving, quickly. They all had incidents along the way. You were quick and weren't incident prone. You were very clean. How many incident points did you end up with at the end?
11, I think.
See, that's good, isn't it, for an 80-minute race around this track? Because the limits around here now, they've changed significantly.
No, it was 12 because
12.
of last corner.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Because of that. It was 12.
You're like, no.
I think we'll let you
not
have that
another
one.
Yeah, well,
considering we've had a record number of drive-throughs.
I know. I've never seen it. Pit lane is. We need to re-tarmac it because there's that many cars gone through it. It's worn through the tarmac. It's ridiculous. But yeah, it's. You've been a great addition to the league. Hopefully, you're going to join us for season 18 as well because I think there's.
I will for sure.
Oh,
I will
excellent,
for sure.
excellent. I can't believe that nobody's snapped you up into a different team. I bet there's people asking, or if there wasn't, there will be soon. Because you are super rapid. You know what you're doing in that Elantra. Would there be a car change, or are you going to stick with the Elantra?
I'm thinking about changing to Honda, but I will see. I will see
Okay.
about that because first of all, I have to buy it.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
and, I don't. I'm waiting for maintenance because then I will test it.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
If it is good for me, then I will buy it and probably race in Honda next season.
Yeah, okay. Hopefully it's got good windscreen wipers too, because
I think you'll enjoy the Honda.
yeah, yeah. You grow fonder of a Honda. That's not even my saying. That's Stephen Walker's. So yeah, hopefully the windscreen wipers work on it because if the rumours are true, then rain is coming to the TCR. So this season 18 might be the last season, depending on how rain goes. It's a bit mental. But yes, wonderful having you as part of the league, and we very much look forward to seeing you in season 18. Anybody you want to have a shout out to before we let you go?
Sam, thanks for setup.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Second, Magda, my girlfriend, for helping me through some health problems during holiday. I
Okay.
will say about that.
Right, okay, yeah. We're also very grateful for Magda helping you through the health problems so that you can come and race with us tonight. Yeah, and letting you race, because let's face it, that's what happens, right?
Yeah.
Let's not argue about that. No, well said. Anybody else?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, in that case, we are going to look forward to seeing you racing with us in season 18. Casper Smirnoff, everybody.
Bye,
Thank you very
everyone.
much, Casper. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next season.
See ya.
brilliant bloke, isn't he? I like interviewing
Yeah,
him.
he's
awesome.
lovely young person.
Right then, there's occasional people dropping into this interview room, and one I'm going to snatch out of the interview room right now is our
Oh,
yes, our Pro-Am champion Daniel Mills, third on track. Get yourself a podium in the last race. Let me find you on track. Where's my cursor? There. That RD Simsport Veloster's got some punch in it tonight, and you steered it round all the corners very nicely. I think Rob Sutherland, I think I saw on the chat that he's got an envelope with a lot of money in it for you. Something about that? Does that sound?
Yeah, I
does that
think
sound right?
Yeah, it does definitely.
Yeah.
Like my contract was massive.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
My podium bonuses are just absurd
I-
right now. So
I
like it's
heard-
definitely gonna
Wow.
keep me going for a while.
Yeah, I heard millions.
yeah, man.
I heard
yeah.
millions mentioned, but
Yeah, I mean-
eye-watering,
Oh,
eye-watering. Yes.
I get the feeling
Yeah.
I get the feeling it might be in yen though, which might get you a pint down the bar.
That's something that Rob would do for sure.
Yeah. Here's 10 million yen and a loaf of bread is all you can buy with it. But yeah, you're gonna have to move up, I think, because the pro is calling for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited, man. I really am. I'm thankful you guys let me, finish out the season. In Pro-Am just because I came in pretty green.
Mhm.
But I'm really excited to feel like I can battle with these guys a little bit more. Like, I feel so bad when I get involved in, like tonight, where Steven and Logan were in such like a fight, and I'm kind of just there, and I feel bad because I don't want to slow them up or be the reason it gets decided. And unfortunately for Logan, like it was that again, or I know it's been mentioned, but just a bummer for Logan. That sucks.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, we wanted a different ending. But
Absolutely.
you certainly took it to both of them, because at one point you overtook Stephen, then you overtook Logan, then there was all sorts of other stuff going on. You closed in on the back of Naveed and Stephen Walker towards the end of that race. You must have felt mighty when you were coming out of the pit lane and you were like, oh my God, first place is just there. It's like I can nearly touch it. That just shows how fast you are in that Veloster.
I couldn't believe how close I was at the end, so at the beginning of the race, we were all like feeling each other out as far as fuel saving. I think we were all kind of thinking about it, and then I really quickly realized that I wasn't even going to be close if I wanted to one stop,
Right.
and so I just started pushing super early.
Yeah.
And first pit, I ended up like going too far beyond the pit stall, so to back up. So by this point, I'm like, oh man, these guys are probably fuel saving one stopping, and I'm just blowing the whole thing. I usually have Martin from RD in my ear helping me do all of the pit adjustments because I'm just clueless when it comes to fuel strategy. So I was just like by myself tonight, I don't know what to do.
Well, whatever you did, it nearly got you a win. It was I bet it was just fractions in terms of fuel that kept you away from the top spot of the podium. You've certainly got the pace. I know you're in the ATC Championship as well, because I watched you in the ATC Championship. We've plugged it good and thick tonight for that championship running. There's no threat to us. It's a mutually supportive situation. Run their video, which embarrassed me because mine are terrible in comparison. But we'll look to change that. Hopefully you'll be back for next season to win another 7-digit figure from Rob Sutherland.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I gotta get paid, in case I ever need to take a trip where I can use some yen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, get some sake inside you. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Anybody you want to shout out to before we look forward to watching you race in season 18?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to shout out you guys first and foremost. Like I said last week or 2 weeks ago, this is my first ever league, and just totally impressive how professional and fun it is, and how well ran it is. It's brought a love to sim racing for me that I didn't have before, and so shout out to you guys, and then everybody who.
Oh, we've not lost him, have
we
we?
did.
Oh, we did.
All the guys.
We lost you just for
Oh,
a
there's
second.
drop out.
Yeah, lost you just for a second.
Oh. Oh, I think that was my internet.
Ah, okay.
Good. But just all the drivers, Steven, Logan, Naveed, all the guys, Jamie, everybody at RD, Rob, Martin, Chris, guys helping me out. Just yeah, thanks to everybody.
Alan, I'm tearing up here because I've never been
Yeah,
used in a
look,
sentence
it's
with
honestly-
professional in it.
Yeah.
What the hell? I mean,
I'll take one point away from that though.
Because yeah, Dan, I've enjoyed your driving ever since your first race. You stood out to me in the first race you had, and I thought, oh crikey, this is a fine driver. And you're just doing it week after week after week. You've just been a feast of enjoyable racing. So thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. No, I love at the beginning of the season going back and watching the broadcast, and you were hyping me up. That was so fun. So I appreciate you.
Yeah.
And then 1 point off of the professionalism, because Pete has the craziest laugh I've ever heard in my life, and
No,
that's
I
the reason I
don't.
didn't come in here for interviews at first, because I knew if he started laughing, like I wasn't gonna be able to talk for 5 minutes. Like if he started laughing, I was just gonna lose it and start busting up.
I've never heard anybody say that before, which is a lie because everybody says that my laugh is ridiculous.
It's my favorite thing ever.
Oh my god! Please come and spend time in the booth with me more often.
Absolutely,
dear.
hey, anytime.
Oh dear! What a fantastic addition to our league you are, and RD Simsport.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, RD Simsport as well. So thanks to Rob Sutherland for shelling out all those millions of yen in order that you can all race. Good luck spending that podium bonus, and we will look forward to seeing you racing with us next season. It's been a wonderful journey. Daniel Mills, everybody.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Brilliant bloke, brilliant. Shall we get the work guard guys in all together?
Yeah, do what you like, my dear. You've got the power. You have the buttons at your command.
I do have the power. Oh, mid-sentence for Andrew Littler. Just one sec.
No, Andy, mid-sentence.
I know, yeah.
5 years.
I know.
He'll get Tom off for good behaviour.
Yeah, well, he might, or he might not. You don't know.
Hello, sweetie.
Chris Dixon has also joined us. So good evening to you, Chris.
You well?
Is he there?
Yeah, yes, we're well. Chris.
Chris may or may not be in the booth. We're not.
I am. Good evening.
Okay.
With the three mud skid ears, by the way.
And then Fiona. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. So, you all got a good proportion of the footage tonight. Some brilliant and some not so brilliant. And lots of battling in between. Mostly you guys battling each other, with Anthony Hilton involved in that. Harry George was definitely involved in it. Rene Earhart was making his way through. We've got one incident that we probably need to discuss at some point in a bit more detail. But we'll start with you, Chris. How was your evening's racing?
I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was good. I was a little bit slower than Fee and Andy, but yeah, it was same as normal. We could have a good race, and I was surprised. Fee surprised us all by being quicker than Anthony Hilton at one point. Yeah, so that was good.
I'm just having a look at the championship.
You seem to be with the cars, Chris. I've got to say, and you didn't seem to be getting dropped off. Everybody seems to be together a lot.
Yeah. Well, I dropped off a bit at one point when Fee had after the incident, and Fee had damage, and she let me past. But I realised that I wasn't going to make the end, and tried to fuel save, and she caught me up. We had a good battle, and then I realised I still wasn't going to make the end after fuel save and tried to go in anyway.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it was.
So
I don't think you were the only one that had a fuel saving plan.
No, there's a
slightly
few.
awry.
Yeah.
But, yeah, at least you had the courage to try it.
Yeah, I was only about a minute and a half out, which is one lap.
That's pretty good.
But and the plan was like last time in the endurance race, I dropped back behind the leaders, and Andy Hilton off he went and had to do a pit stop, and I got him on the with not having to stop. So I thought possibly he was about 40 seconds ahead of me, I think, or 45 in the end. But if I hadn't had to do the last stop, I'd have caught him right up. But yeah, it didn't work out this time.
Okay. Well, sounds like a reasonably positive experience. How did you do on incident points? Because that might be the defining factor as to who takes the second spot in the AM Championship, either yourself or Fee. So how many incident points did you get in the end?
7 or 8. I got 2. I got
in
one on the
total?
first. In total, yeah.
Jeez.
I got one on the first. At the end of the straight, when I went up the inside of Andy Hilton, I had cold tyres, and I was like, get out the way! I'm not going to stop. But I threaded the needle through the middle of him and Fee.
Right.
But I had to go off track for that, and then the next one I went off track to avoid Fee on the inside. So I got 2 within, I think it was within 2 laps, and then Stephen Goebel caught me up.
Yep.
And used me as his brakes, so I got 4 for that.
Oh, right, okay.
I don't. It wasn't intentional. Obviously, he's a lot
Yeah.
quicker than me, and he did just straight in the back of me. I broke a bit earlier than he was expecting, I think, and then I think similar sort of thing happened with Andy. But yeah, we carried on. But yeah, then I think the last corner caught me out once or twice. So it was either 7 or 8, I think, in total.
Yeah, I think it was 7 looking at my screen. So
right.
That was, by the way, the lowest score on my screen.
Good. I was aiming for that. I wasn't bothered about the AM Championship. I wanted Alan's Safe Driver Award, but
fair enough.
I think it was Logan was he just all of a sudden appeared in front of me.
He did,
so.
yeah, like overnight for me as well.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. Right, okay, so let's move on to Fee. I'm going to go down in the list that's on the screen. So you, again, were thrashing it out with your work guard colleagues in fits and starts. You had a little off track at the very beginning of the race, that I remember, and then had to recover the car back onto the track. Were you high on the incident point rating by the end?
Definitely.
Were you really? Right, okay.
I had 19.
Right, okay.
Yeah, that incident at the start,
Mhm.
I'd got this big blue box come up in my VR saying that it wasn't charging, so I had to drive it off track. So I could find my thing to clear it and then set off again.
Gotcha, okay, yeah, right. I didn't know that it did that. Okay, right, okay.
And then
yeah, go on.
slowly catching up with everybody. Everybody was battling and steadily catching up with everybody again. It was good fun.
Right, and I have to ask about the incident with Logan because I couldn't understand your car positioning on the track with the leader going through. So can you just talk us through it?
I thought Andy was coming up the side of me because I was watching his side because he was close on the left-hand side of the car, and didn't realise Logan had gone that far off track to be there.
Right, okay.
But I was talking to Steve in the interview waiting room, and he said that it wasn't on me. He said if it had been him, he'd just eased back and then got me on the next straight. But I mean, it doesn't stop you feeling bad. I mean, he was in for a chance of the championship, and you don't want to be getting involved like that, really. But it wasn't intentional. Nothing on my side was intentional. It was.
Okay. No, that's cool. That explains it. So yeah, just a lack of knowing where the car was, or the other car, obviously. When you were still like fighting with someone on track. Okay. But you know, last race of the season, this is a brutal track for off tracks. 19's a high score. It's not the highest on my screen. Before anybody says anything, I've got people that are showing like 40 and 52. So
obviously, I got one when my VR packed up.
Yeah.
And got it restarted. I got 4 in the Logan incident, I got two X's off him, and then I got a 4X when I got collected with Andy's car as well. So that gave me another 4.
Right.
And I was running with damage, and the back end of the car was all over the place. So I was struggling to keep it on track.
Mhm.
Then after I looked at the clock and I thought, oh, I've got enough now. If I pit now, I'll have enough fuel to get to the end. And then I was catching Andy and Chris and Harry.
Yeah.
So it was like caution to the wind. I was picking 1X's up here and there, pushing to catch everybody.
Well, end of the season, why not? And Andy, good evening.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening. A nice polished performance from you, I have to say. Very good in the traffic, very good in the blue flag situations. A few little bumps and knocks here and there. Incident limit, did you
I would imagine I was somewhere around about 36, 37.
really? Good grief. Right, okay.
I'm very good at getting my speed down for the pit entry.
Oh,
I have
good,
5 goals
good.
out.
Yeah, there's everybody's got to be good at something, right? I'm good at pitting in the wrong pit lanes,
He's a work guard trooper.
Yeah, just on screen there, getting a nudge from Stefan. But
He has apologised. He just said
okay.
he was totally off it, and he was very sorry. And so
yeah. And
Another gentleman.
yeah, he is. He's fantastic, Stefan. I think along him and Carl and Jamie Wilson, possibly with some other additions, I think they've raced basically every season that we've ever run of the TCR Challenge. And we love those guys, and you guys in here, you're getting on for that now soon as well. You're here every season. Hopefully you'll all be here next season as well. Any standout moments for you in that race, Andrew?
it was just the challenge of catching everybody up after I went into the pits. Really, to be honest, I did a little sneaky move and changed my fronts on my second stop.
Do you think there's value in that, Andy?
Oh well, that's Chris.
Chris, is there value in that?
Yes, he is. I just could not turn the corners, and when he got behind me, I was lucky because he had to go in the pit.
Right. Okay.
I wouldn't have been able to hold him behind me. He was just as soon as he caught, within a couple of seconds he was on me, and then I couldn't keep him behind me. And luckily, like you say, he had to go in the pits, and that was it. So that's that.
Oh, well, now we've learned something.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Well, I was catching what's it called, Harry up at like 3/4 of a second a lap, something like that.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Good effort.
Mind you, you've been getting pretty swift just lately.
Yeah, not bad. Getting better.
Yeah, very much greater control of the car and good awareness around you. So well done for that. Right then, we're gonna work down this lovely little list and start with Chris. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and get to the end of the season and start practicing for season 18?
Yeah, obviously all the results guys and my 2 teammates in here, we've had a fantastic season, so thank you to both of them. Obviously yourself and Alan for putting everything on, and all the other drivers really. Congratulations to all the people who won. Anthony Hilton did really well, winning the AM Championship, and obviously the other Stephen Walker, and I'm not sure who won the Pro-Am.
It was Dan Mills.
Oh right, he drove well tonight as well.
Yeah, he was blistering.
Yeah, well done. But yeah, it's been fantastic, and I'm looking forward to next season. Already signed up, so I will see you there.
Excellent stuff. Chris Dixon, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Next in the work guard colours is Fee. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and start practicing for season 18?
Yeah, you guys for putting the stream on. Everybody who does all the work in the background to make it possible. And apologies to Logan if it was on me. I don't think it was 100% on me, probably 50-50. But apologies to Logan. I didn't want to ruin anybody's championship. But shout out to Adrenaline. It worked tonight. My hand's killing now. I've stopped.
Right. Okay. Well, I hope that recovers very quickly. And we look forward to having you racing with us in the Work Guard colours next season as well. Fiona Siddons, everybody.
Yeah, I'm not signed yet, but I will do.
Cool.
Goodbye, everybody.
And then finally, Andy. It's always good to have you in our races. I know sometimes you struggle because of your job, and I know you take your rig out with you and stuff. Or at least you used to. I don't know whether you still do.
Yeah. No.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go on.
I will be doing again. Yeah, I'm going back out on the road.
Right. Okay. Well, we're going to look forward to you racing with us remotely then.
Yeah.
You do a great job with it, I have to say, and it's real dedication. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Well, just to reiterate, but both the guys have said there, thank you and Alan, especially for your efforts last week. I thought that was admirable. I think a lot of people would have given up.
Well, I wasn't far from it.
to
I
get
have
that
to say.
on. No, it was a brilliant effort, and yeah, just the result, guys. It's just the best family in the world. It's a family that I've come to my life later in my life, shall we say, and it's just brought such joy to me, and they're just such fantastic people.
Oh,
And the
that's lovely,
community,
Dad.
Yeah,
the community in Backfire, likewise. It's fantastic. I love it. Yeah, so thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah, very.
It's grand, isn't it?
It is very touching comments, and very, very much appreciated to hear that. Probably from Result as well as from me. Thank you very much, Andrew. I look forward to watching you race next season even more now. Andrew Littler, everyone.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Is it proper gentleman? Is Andy?
Yeah, really is.
He's driven from one end of the country to the other from me.
Right.
Absolutely.
What a legend.
Real gentleman as well as a star teammate.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Really, yeah.
Good.
Just the kind of people that you meet in the wonderful world of sim racing.
Yeah, it does bring a lot of people together. All three Work Guard cars on the screen right there, and all part of the Result stable, the Result family. Right, last into the booth, mid laughter, is Alex Sevillano. Ledo, good evening.
Hey, good evening.
Yeah. Always brilliant to have the blue and yellow flying liveries of Hydra Race Racing Forces on our screens, and you do such a huge amount in the background for Backfire Simsport TV in terms of controlling and proliferating our social media presence. I brought you in last because we are going to hopefully develop our social media commitments a little bit more. We can't run any more leagues because we can't man mark them, but what we can do is develop on the leagues that we've currently got, and you are instrumental to it because you have such a wonderful understanding of it. But let's talk about tonight first. A top 5 finish. You started in 6th place, so you got one position back overall on everybody else.
Yep.
But you were deep in the thick of it at the start. That was a tremendous battle that was going on there. Until it wasn't. You came together on a racing incident, I think, with Simon Trendle up at why do I always forget the name of this corner? It really, really annoys me. Ferradura, heading up the hill. Yeah. He ended up exiting stage left and into the wall. You fared a bit better than that.
Yeah, I said sorry to him now because I didn't have the time until the race finished. But yeah, honestly, I told Simon, I don't know what's going on lately. Every race that I've had since I came back to racing, I get involved in an incident somehow.
Right.
And to be honest, I don't do anything different from what I did in the past. I drive exactly the same. And I feel like I'm pretty much in control in all situations. I think I have a pretty good control of the car, any car I drive, and I make sure I do. Because my racing is how it is, and I want to make sure I can control the car if I need to race like that. So I do put the effort to control the car and everything, and I feel like I'm always in control, but somehow since I came back I keep getting involved in incidents. And I was talking to James Jeffrey, I think he said it could be the difference in connection. I had like 1 gigabit symmetric connection before in my other house, and when I move houses, now I have like coax cable, and it's
Okay.
pretty considerably worse connection. So it might be that I was used to racing in a certain way because my connection allowed me to,
Hmm.
Yeah.
better connection, more precise, more accurate positions on track. I guess you can assume more risks. And now I do the same kind of racing, but even though there's no inputs, nothing that I do different, and all of a sudden, boom, crash. Like,
Does
boom,
it
car
feel?
spin.
Does
Yeah.
it feel like a cruder experience?
Sorry, what?
Does it feel different?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it feels like definitely it's visually you don't feel it, but when I race people, I do feel there's something different. Like I swore I do nothing. The other day in the V8 race with Tyler, I think that netcode was basically because like where Tyler is from and my connection being considerably worse. Like it's happened a few times with me now in the league. Big netcodes and like
Yeah.
stuff, like incidents that are strange, like side by side, straight line,
Hmm.
and people crashing out. It happened twice with the TCR. I thought it was the car, but I think it's the connection, honestly. But I don't want to blame it on the connection, so I still said sorry to Simon because
Yeah.
that sucked.
That one from
Yeah.
that one from the V8s of the weekend, though, you could have driven another V8 between the two of you. It was just
Yeah, it was.
obscenely ridiculous solid air
It was.
event. Yeah, that.
No, you were driving really well. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were driving great. But
Yeah.
then, yeah. Anyway,
So here we are. Let's not dwell on that. It's amazing to have Racing Forces back in our leagues. Jura has done remarkably well all season. You can see his journey of improvement, and in fact, on the screen there, you're busy catching up with him. Next season does sound like Racing Forces are going to be represented a little bit better.
We will have 4 cars indeed, yeah.
Interesting.
We'll have 4 cars
Oh.
in the TCR league, and we'll have hopefully 3 to 4 cars in the V8s as well.
Awesome.
that's
It depends
fantastic.
on certain things because one of the drivers broke his shoulder now. So
Oh.
yeah.
Well, know about that.
Oh. Yeah.
it's gonna be a tough one, but he really wants to drive V8. So
Okay.
he was really hyped. Now he's pretty bummed that happened.
Yeah.
We'll see, but at least I would say 2 cars. That's for sure for the V8s, 4 cars for the TCR.
Right.
We'll
That's
see how it goes.
fantastic. That's brilliant, Alex. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy about it. Indeed, the liveries look great on the.
Yeah,
They
no,
do.
I love your
Fantastic.
livery.
Yeah.
It's a proper job.
It is. So we'll get some time together over the weekend to discuss all things social media, and we'll look forward to seeing you trying to get your hands on a block of wood, which is what you win in this league if you come top of the pile in any of our series now. Next time in season 18. Anybody you want to have a shout out to before we let you go?
Yes, of course. Well, today's special mention to Daniel Mills.
Yeah.
He dropped a DM 20 minutes before the race start. He said, "Hey, dude, try out this set." Yeah, he said he wanted to take care of the Veloster guys, so he dropped me a set for race and quali. I threw it in the car. Immediately felt so much better and faster than what I had practiced yesterday. And yeah, right away I was faster. Was so comfortable with the car. I was freaking out. Honestly, I was like, "Wow, this is it." And it really paid off. It really paid off. I was insanely fast in quality for the first time with this car. So thanks a lot to Daniel Mills. Also shout out to him because he's mad fast for
We've all had those moments, haven't we? We've all had those moments where somebody's given us a setup and you drop it on the car and all of a sudden it transforms the feel of the car. It's just magical, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice one.
I owe him a lot for this race. But yeah, so Daniel, Yuda for joining the team. It's a great addition. He's I've seen him racing. He's got great inputs in that car. He's only been racing 5 months, I think, 4 months on iRacing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a BTCC guy in R Factor 2, I think. He joined iRacing because he loved the how do you say, just the online bit
Yeah.
of racing, and he's fascinated with it. He's fascinated with this league, with this car, with the team. He's a super great guy, super happy to talk to, and yeah, he makes a great company for races because I was a bit lonely, and I love it. I love racing with him. He's a great guy to talk to and race with, and so shout out to him. And he will be coming back next season as well. He loved
Oh,
it.
brilliant. Yeah.
He said say hello from him to you guys.
Okay, yeah.
I encourage him to join the booth, but he's a bit shy.
Oh well, when he gets his podiums and stuff, we'll have to drag him in whether he wants to or not, because we like
I'll
nice
force
guys.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will like him. I'm sure about it. But yeah, so Judah, Daniel, anyone watching, anyone racing, you guys, because yeah, it's amazing the work you guys do. And yeah, well,
Well, you know, Alex, I
Alvarez-
sit here and sip scotch.
Sorry?
That's
I sit here and sip scotch.
yeah. That's still a job. That's
Well,
still
that's
a
part
job.
of the job, right? Yeah, exactly.
Somebody's got to do it, Alan. You know what?
It wouldn't be the same, you know.
Yeah, the scotch would go off otherwise. You know, go out of date. No, fantastic and well said, Alex. And you know, bringing more drivers to the Racing Forces pool for season 18 is a brilliant thing, and I'm certainly looking forward to season 18. I think probably up until the point when it rains for the first time, because that's just going to be nuts. We'll see what we can do with all of that business as well. But yes, fantastic, and we look forward to seeing you next time and next season, and I'll speak to you over the weekend. Alex,
Thank you
Savallado
very much.
later, everybody.
See you guys. Have a good night.
Yeah, thank you, Alex.
Brilliant guy. Does
Yeah,
loads
no, I
for us.
enjoyed you driving on Saturday as well.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
It was really great, yeah. It's such a different car.
Yeah. The fact that you can jump from a V8 on a Saturday to a TCR on a Wednesday and still perform and get a top 5.
Yeah,
is-
Simon does the same. It
Oh, I know,
amazes
it's
me. And
insane.
Jamie, you know,
Yeah.
it just amazes me they can do that because they're so different front wheel
Yeah.
to rear wheel drive. And I mean, real extreme versions of that as well.
Yeah, and this has got traction control and it's got ABS and the V8's got an engine. You know, ridiculous. Spooled rear differential and everything. It's just an obscenely powerful car with no helpful aids whatsoever other than a windscreen and a steering wheel. You know, you can't get more different, but you're right. The ability to swap and change is remarkable. Right, now we've got a difficult decision because it's the end of the season. We've got a driver of the meeting vote to cast.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I know where mine's going. Have you got an inkling?
Well, no.
No? Okay.
Tell me where yours is going.
Well, you've got to stare long and hard at Stephen Walker for, you know, seeing it through. He could have easily just coasted along, but that wasn't his style. He wanted to get, you know, do the full works, win the championship and win the race all at the same time, and didn't let anything else faze him. Naveed led that race by 1,000,000 miles for 1,000,000 years, but still succumbed to Stephen in the end, and drove the Audi in a way that nobody else could. Daniel Mills, though, just a little bit too good in my opinion. That was a remarkable race. Arguably, like we've said on a number of occasions, he should be in the Pro, and he will be next season. But he's handled that Veloster remarkably well. Looking further down the list, Kasper Smirnoff, I think he's done himself, showered himself in glory, and could easily be or could easily have been the Pro-Am champion of tonight. But that's Daniel Mills' position. So my vote is going to Daniel Mills this evening. That was a very polished, professional, and clean performance. Very good.
I think that's.
And he likes my laugh. He finds it funny.
Yeah. Well, I would have picked him if you didn't. Except, well, now I was going to do that, but I knew you wouldn't. So I'm picking Logan.
Right. Okay.
He's my man. The driver of the night for me.
Okay. I think we can safely say that with that vote, Logan is the driver of the season. because he was already on the top of the pile, and I think it's extremely well deserved. He's a great pioneer for his own league of ATC. He's a very talented driver, a very safe driver, as is shown in all the statistics. So I can only hope that he rejoins us. I know what it's like to run a league, and ATC is in full flow now. So I hope he returns to us. Well, Alan, that brings season 17 to a tearful end, because I don't want to see it finish. This has been the best one that we've done. It's certainly been the most populated. I've never seen a championship come to the final round with only 4 points separating the top two. And we have to celebrate the fact that Stephen Walker has taken away yet another trophy from this series. He's going to have to fight his way out of his house with all the trophies and certificates. It's been a wonder having you with me yet again. And yes, the Whiskey Fairies may already have done something. But yeah, thank you to you. Thank you to all the fans that have watched and contributed in the chat. Some of you are talking about joining, and I really hope you do. This is a great community, not just because it's got BSTV all over it, but it's the drivers and the fans that make the community. The drivers now make their own rules, albeit under a parental guidance situation, but this is a community-led league and a community-led race season, and that will continue. So I'll say thank you and good night, and I'll bring the season to a close, and in a fortnight's time season 18 will be on your screens. It's already available for you to sign up to on our website. I'll hand you over to Alan for his goodbyes, and we'll see you in a fortnight, folks.
Ooh. Looking forward to it already, to be honest, Pete. We've had a most excellent time, haven't we? Talk about awesome. Yeah, really. What can you say? Fantastic performance by Stephen. I make no bones about my favoritism for him. I think he's a fantastic driver. I've done for years now, so I don't see any reason to change that. He's a very admirable person in many, many respects. And he gave another demonstration of his character as well as his driving brilliance tonight. It's been superb being with everybody. I couldn't believe it when I went to go and load up share tonight's link, and saw that more than 200 people had watched the replay of last week's. Actually watched this last week. More than 200 people.
198 of them are me.
That was amazing. That was amazing. I was thrilled to see that. I had no idea so many people were actually watching. So thank you to you all. And I do hope you'll join us again for next season. And a very good night. Big court, I expect.